countdown begin. Raze back live again. Pop culture, entertainment, of course, the hot topics. Traveling somewhere in the tropics. Usually preserved for smoke show panels, $1 million plays. We expanding the channel, they say opinions like assholes. Watch your mouth at all times and don't mess up the cash flow. We live.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Raze back live again on this Tuesday morning live stream. Man, I said, let me throw in the jazz music for you guys. I know you guys love the jazz music. So, Christmas list, yes, he has got hit with the jazz music this morning. Just going to be a quick live. I just wanted to come up here, chop it up with you guys for a few minutes before I get my workout in. How you guys been, guys? How have you guys been? I am back out here inside my mama's basement in New York City, by the way. For those that don't know, after that long trip out there to the Dominican Republic, 1 month, great vibes, great trip, great people I met out there. So shout out to everybody who pulled up on Raze out there inside Punta Cana and Dominican Republic in general. But yes, Christmas list, guys, Christmas list. He's on the list. He's on the list for getting got, as DC Born Rob says, out there inside the Medellin. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. I'm about to get this workout in. I said, let me come on for a few minutes and discuss this because this is another learning lesson and a learning, a teachable moment for people that is traveling out there to Medellin. I'm going to tell you exactly how Christmas list got robbed out there inside Medellin. Poured the course and shout out to everybody watching. Let me get to some of your comments early. My guy Backpack Val is in the building. Salute you, Backpack Val. Salute my good brother Double R. Beware of those taxis in Medellin too. I remember a time I used the yellow cab in Medi. Not only was I overcharged, but he gave me counterfeit change too. Oh, so he gave you paper money that was counterfeit? Man, that is horrible. I had got counterfeit money out there inside Cartagena before too, from one of the bars out there. They gave me counterfeit money back. I'm like, well, this is the only place I was at that day to get change back, and it had to be that bar. I'm like, the bartender gave me counterfeit money back as change. I'm like, God damn it. So it can happen. It can happen. That's why sometimes you got to have extra money. For times like this. Now Christmas list got hit for 500. Can you imagine? Now people will say, I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into it. But people will say, why you only going out there with just $500? You lose $500 and you gotta end your trip. That's horrible. You know what I mean? That's stupid on your part. But we're gonna get into that. Shout out to you, Bandana Travels. God know how I move. Shout out to you, Bandana. How you doing? Yeah, gotta know how I move. He didn't know how to move. And the thing is, and Jay Rello was just out there. I was surprised Christmas list. I didn't know Christmas list is going out there. Christmas list, of course, guys don't know. We got probably about 200, 300,000 subscribers now. Big time YouTuber. He had his issues out there inside Trinidad. I used to cover that. Right now, that Trinidad stuff, he's still going through that. But he says he's kind of banned from Trinidad for right now. I remember I used to cover that close to like a year ago. Time flies, He got hit with a sedition charge out there inside Trinidad. So, I was saying, look, he shouldn't go back there to do the trial, especially he's calling them corrupt and this and that. And I said, well, why would you want to participate in a corrupt system? You know what I mean? That's likely to lock you up for like 3 to 5 years for sedition. You say you broke no laws, you were just filming. So I wouldn't go back out there if I was him. But now, on his first day, like I said, hit the like button, guys. First day out there inside Colombia, Medellin, he got hit for $500. $500, and $500 would be a lot for a lot of people that's traveling. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's a huge hit to take. My boy Ben Vlogs, shout out to Ben Vlogs. Subscribe to Ben Vlogs, by the way. He'll be doing a trip to Sosua over the next month and a half. That's gonna be interesting. But he got hit with $250 in Punta Cana, you know, and he had the, you know, in this trip early, he was gonna stay an extra 7 nights. That 250 was for his hotel. But you know, he got hit with that and he had to cut the trip short, you know what I'm saying? Because of it, you know, when you budget for a trip, that's your budget, you know what I'm saying? You might have extra money, but the extra money might be for something else, not to go towards your trip. You know what I'm saying? So Ben Vlog, he probably had extra money inside his account, but you know, the extra money wasn't put aside for the trip. That 250 was for the trip. So now he has to dip inside his other money that he was going to use for something else towards the trip. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Let me see. Hit that like button though, guys. Let me see. Like I said, shout out to Backpack Val, Bandana Travels. Backpack Val says, now with Christmas list, it's fortunate that he's financially responsible to where he could take in that loss if he wanted to, but he also knew what protocol to take after the matter, seeing he got his stuff back. Yeah. You're right. Now, what if that happened to them other ninjas that went out to Medi their first time? They can't afford that loss. Yeah, guys, and hit the like button, guys. Now, we all know I'm going to get into what happened with Christmas lists in a minute. Now, somebody asks about Jay Rello. Let me see. Another clout chase lie from Chris. Well, I kind of believe him. He told the story. He told the story of what happened. So you think Christmas list is lying about that? Well, he showed. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say what happened. He showed that the $500 was taken off his card. You know what I'm saying? He showed that on the screen. And shout out to Adric Harpoy. Yeah, I did the jazz music. I did the jazz music for Christmas list. Shout out to Christmas list, by the way. But you know these things happen, and you gotta know how to move out there. Another clout. Yeah, like I said, Delta. How he got robbed, but Rello didn't. Listen, now Rello's was somebody tried to grab Rello's camera. You know what I'm saying? Now Rello was since said that he don't know if it was really for filming because he was just filming, or did the guy try to grab his camera and run? Now the guy that was with Rello said that look, the guy tried to grab his camera and run. Right? Rello was like, well, he think it's more about he was trying to to stop him from filming in El Centro. Right? So well, let's take a look at it right quick.
How they looking? They is working. She said, no. I wish a motherfucker would tell me I can't video in no spot like this. You crazy as fuck. You crazy as fuck if you think you gonna tell me to put my camera up in a fucking tourist area like this. I thought it was like some different shit, like it was dangerous to have your camera out. This is a place where you would have your camera out.
People might steal from it, that's why. Okay.
What he say? What's up, bro? Yo. Yes, nigga. Beat his ass. Get my phone. Where my phone at? What?
Yeah, that's what they tried to do. That's what they tried to do.
Anybody touch me, it's up. Anybody touch me and this bitch is up. You hear me? Anybody touch me and this bitch is up. Anybody touch me and this bitch is up.
Now you just seen that was Jay Rello's incident out there inside El Centro, Medellin, and of course, some robberies can come in different shapes and sizes, and they look different than others. Some is more violent than others, you know what I mean? But they can be just as damaging financially to a person, you know what I mean? Because Christmas list got for 500. You know, $500. And so Delta, that was, you know, Jay Rello's incident out there inside El Centro. But like I said, Christmas List showed his phone. He showed $500 leaving his account. Why carry that much USD in these countries anyway? Now, Maria Moto says, Jack Black, shout out to the TNF Vlogs. Now, it was Canadian dollars. Canadian dollars, by the way. He's from Canada. He uses Canadian cards, whatever. Vizio W, Rob the Medellin, surprise, surprise. Vizio is being sarcastic. Shout out to you, Vizio. Beware the motos. Always remember to beware of the motos, Jack Black. Yeah. Chris didn't know how to move. Didn't know how to move. Richard McGregor. Travel meme coin now. BDY coin. Style King is in the building. Salute from Bogota, Colombia. Salute to you, Style King Travel. Will you be meeting up with Christmas List and showing him how to move out there inside Medellin? He just got there. I wonder if that's his first time inside Colombia, Medellin. I'm not too sure. But Style King, would you be traveling out there? Get that collab with Christmas List. Show him how to move. Teach him how to move out there inside Colombia. Style King, you having a great time. You was in Cali and then you're in Bogota, Colombia. I did that collab. Run security for Christmas List. Maybe Christmas List should have hired security like NYC The Future. People was making fun of NYC The Future, you know, for hiring a driver, hiring, you know, security, cameraman. But hey, it worked out for him. He didn't get robbed. $500, right? You know, I was clowning NYC The Future for having the bodyguards and this and that. You know, having their own driver. Gotta know how to move. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Online Nation. Protected NYC The Future. You know, like I said, you know, you saw the incident with Rello, now Christmas List. NYC The Future did not get jack robbed by the criminals. So then you see Chris got put in jail in Trinidad. Now he gets robbed in Medellin. Well, yeah, and the thing is, it seems like bad luck follows this guy, right? Bad luck follows Christmas List. Man. Shout out to you, Point Star. Rello willing to throw hands. Yes, Rello is willing to throw hands. He fought. He had the scars on his hand to prove it. You know, and the witness was there. You know, well, we seen it on the camera. You know what I'm saying? I think dude was trying to. He seen him filming. He was trying to take the camera. He was gonna house the camera. Yeah, he was trying to stop him from filming, but he was gonna house that camera. He was gonna walk off with the camera if Rello went and fought back. You know what I'm saying? Now, some people would say, you know, Rello probably should have just let him take the camera. Some people would say that, because what if the guy had a knife? What if the guy, God forbid, had a gun? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know, but you don't know how you're going to act in those moments, reflexes, heat of the moment, you know, were you drinking? Were you, spiced up? You know what I'm saying? Were you having a bad day? Were you in a good mood, bad mood? You never really 100% know how you will react in a situation like Rello was in El Centro. You know, it just depends on your mood, just depends on what's going on in your life, I guess. Depends on who you are with. Yeah, it just depends. We can sit here and say how we would react, but we just never know 100%, you know, in those situations. Mike Skin's Money is here in the building. Dude always into something. Like I just said, Mike Skins, he's always, this is his first day out there inside Medellin. First day, first night arriving at the airport. He said that the people at the airport was on strike. So it was only 2 customs agents there. Yeah. So yeah, the customs agents, people was on strike out there inside that airport out there inside in Medellin, the Medellin area. And you know, it was only 2 of them. And here's the story. He went to flag down a cab, right? A taxi, right? And the taxi driver was like, come on. And he said, look, first let me walk to the ATM. I was like, uh-oh. Christmas List said, let's walk to the ATM. Are you crazy, Chris? Don't do that. Don't tell this taxi driver you're going to walk to the ATM. You go to the ATM without telling him. You know what I'm saying? You go to the ATM inside the airport or something. You know what I mean? But anyway, because he said he got to go get some Canadian dollars, some cash or some pesos, whatever he's gonna give for the cab ride. He said the cab ride was gonna be coming to like $50, right? Which is about 150,000 Colombian pesos, right? 150,000 Colombian pesos. The guy said, no need to go to the ATM. I can swipe your card inside my cab. He got the card swiper inside the cab. Christmas List said, okay, all right. You know, Christmas List said he was tired. And so he got in the cab, and then the taxi driver was like, look, you see, 150,000 Colombian pesos. And Christmas List was like, oh, that's gonna be around 50 Canadian dollars. Okay. But then he said the guy, he took the machine away from Christmas List out of his view, and he added an extra zero. So instead of 150,000 Colombian pesos, what's that, like 1.5 million, something like that? How much is that? Well, he added an extra zero to make it, instead of $50, into 500 Canadian dollars. You know? So when he took the machine back, he added the extra zero to however much he added, and charged Christmas List $500 for that taxi ride. And then the next day, Christmas List, he checked his app, whatever, and he showed it on the camera. He showed it on the camera. He showed charges from like a mini restaurant or whatever inside the airport, whatever. And then he showed a charge for a big charge, $500 Canadian, that came out of nowhere. And that was from the cab ride. That was from the taxi ride. So he showed evidence of that. So and then he got so mad, he went to the authorities. He actually went to the authorities, and then the authorities actually cooperated. You know, they actually went back to the airport. They went to the airport to track that guy down. And he said they got a tip, and somebody told who the guy was. They told who the guy was, and they contacted the guy, told him to bring the money back, or they're gonna come arrest him, whatever. The guy, the taxi driver, arrived back, and they was, threatening him and this and that, telling him you gotta get the money back and this and that. So Christmas List was like, look, I want my money back and this and that. And so they actually went to the guy to the ATM. He got the money back. He gave Christmas List I think $450 or something like that back. And police was like, yo, you want to press charges? Christmas List said, nah, he's not going to press charges. He just wanted to take a photo of the guy so he could put him on blast on YouTube. But the police wouldn't let him take the photo. But they did, he did have the name. I forgot how you say he got the guy name. So, but the police did track down that taxi driver, and we recovered most of the money. But imagine if the police didn't really feel like cooperating. You know what I'm saying? And imagine that was his budget, $500. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, a lot of sneaky people out there. He said the guy came back. Look, he was like, look, he got to feed his kids, but it was a mistake. He didn't mean to add the extra zeros and this and that. So Chris was just like, look, he didn't believe him, but he said he didn't press charges because it was just going to escalate it. You know what I'm saying? And he just, I guess Christmas just got there. Like I say, he already had his issues out there inside Trinidad. Why have more issues out there inside Medellin when you got your money back? So stick 'em up, says Adric Hoppoy with the Rello still on business, says Vizio. Yeah, if you are a full-time traveler, $500 is a big hit. Yeah, I mean, traveling is expensive, JK. You know what I'm saying? I was out there inside Punta Cana for a whole month, but it's well, DR, and that all adds up. You know what I'm saying? That adds up. Even if you get like a lower price hotel, that adds up for 30 days. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Let me see. Rello willing to throw hands though. Yeah, so do y'all respect Rello for throwing hands? like that Rello incident. Did y'all respect Rello for throwing hands with the guy that was trying to snatch his phone? You know, do y'all respect Rello? He threw hands. Do y'all respect Rello for throwing hands, guys? Put a 1 for yes, put a 2 for no. Put a 1 for yes, put a 2 for no. And also, do y'all respect Christmas List for how he handled this? He went to the authorities and got his money back. So really, the last 2 incidents I've seen, the YouTubers actually avoided the robbery. Well, not really avoided the robbery, but actually, well, Rello avoided the robbery, the potential robbery. And Christmas List actually, he got robbed, but he got his money back. You get what I'm saying? Out there inside Medellin, he got it back. So these, like I said, this is just, it's not gonna be a long live. This is just learning lessons for people that is going to go out there to Medellin and the lights, and learn from these guys' mistakes, so you won't have to go through the same thing, because the results might be different. If you try to fight somebody in El Centro, who knows, you might get your ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? It might be somebody bigger than you that tried to grab your phone or grab your wallet, whatever, or they might jump you out there inside El Centro, or, maybe you might get got by the taxi guy, and you might not have any information on the taxi guy to report to the police, or the police might not be interested in your story in that moment. And now you out $500. You know what I'm saying? So you want to kind of just avoid these issues if you can. Which one is more easier to avoid, though? Somebody running up on you and grabbing your phone, or the taxi issue? Now you might want to just do Uber. Because the taxi guy, like I say, he's gonna swipe your card. He's messing around. You kind of want to keep the eye on that machine, but that's just a lot of stuff to do, man. That's a lot of stuff to do just to avoid getting robbed. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to be comfortable, man. You know what I mean? That's the thing, man. You go to places, like, you got to do so much. Gotta know how to move, but you gotta. Well, you know what? Listen, if you're gonna go to a place like that, it is what it is. You're gonna have to do all that. That's what you're signing up for, right, Bandana? If you're gonna go to a Medellin like that, that's what you're gonna have to do, all that, to keep yourself from getting jack robbed by the criminals. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna take that trip out there, there's no other way to really get around it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is at that point. If you voluntarily gonna go out there for whatever, to date the females, to get content, whatever you're gonna do, those are the stuff you're gonna have to do. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to be extra cautious about every little thing. Shout out to you, T. Williams. How you doing? On this early morning live stream, not gonna be long live. T. Williams, salute to you. How you doing? He showed the bank statement. Yeah, all right, the bank statement. Yeah, he showed the bank statement. I'm gonna drop the link real quick. I wasn't gonna drop the link. Anybody want to come up here and talk about this? Anybody been to Medellin? How y'all would have handled the situation? Both situations was handled, though. Rello went Floyd Mayweather on the guy, and Christmas List went to the police and got his money back. But this wasn't ever gonna be a long live. Instead of me just go ahead and come live real quick on it. I felt like talking. I got my C4 energy drink with me, and as I'm about to get this workout in. So anybody want to come up real quick before I go get this workout in the gym? Drinking this right here. You can come up. Anybody got some pointers on how to move out there inside Medellin? Hit the link. If not, we just gonna just read your comments and call it a morning. And I'll come back live later on. I got a couple of more topics to talk about throughout the day. Like I said, I'm back here inside New York City, so we becoming live more often throughout the days. We are going to cover the Diddy trial once it starts. It's supposed to start about May 6th, May 5th. So we're going to be doing that in the morning times. Also, the Diddy stuff. That's going to be interesting. See how that goes with Diddy. What witnesses is going to be called to that trial, And let me see. He said he got robbed, like he got scoped. It was his fault. He used his car and a taxi dude upcharged him, period. He act like he got strong arm, LOL. Hey, Delta, but the thing is, a scheme, a scam, it's still $500 out your pocket, whether you get strong armed or not. It's still $500, and that's a robbery. That's a schemer. That's a scammer. You know, you put your trust into the taxi driver to do the right thing. You know what I mean? And it's like, all right, I wanted to get cash, but he said use the card. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a robbery, bro. I'm putting my card in your system in good faith that you're not going to try something slick. You know what I'm saying? What if it's $5,000? You know what I mean? What if you'd charge $5,000? You know what I'm saying? That's not cool. You know what I mean? That's still a robbery, bro. That could be very, very damaging. You know, very, very damaging. You know, and the Christmas list said, look, the bank said they was gonna, you know, do a 30-day investigation, but no guarantee that, you know, he'd get the money back. You know, it wasn't a credit card, it was his bank card, his debit card. Yeah, it's a robbery, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's no guarantee either, Jake White says. Hit the like button. Bruh, you in their country, obey their laws. Yeah, oh, you talk about Trinidad, right? Yeah, the Trinidad situation. Like I say, he got it. I wonder how that's going to end for him. Like I said, I wouldn't go back out there to face a corrupt system, like he was saying Trinidad is. He said they gunning for him unfairly. I wouldn't go back out there if they doing that. I wouldn't go back out there to go to in front of that judge and that court system that you say it's unjust and not fair and corrupt. I wouldn't voluntarily fly back over there. Zed hit the dislike button. There is no dislike. Oh, they removed the dislike button. Oh, they still got it. They still got the dislike button. You just can't see the dislikes. They said it hurts. They removed the amount of dislikes people see because they said it was hurting content creators' feelings once they see all those dislikes for a video. You know, it was making content creators, YouTubers feel bad and sad that they was getting so many dislikes. Plus, a lot of times, a lot of people would just hit dislike just to hit it. You know, a lot of times to troll. You know, point star, simple. Yeah, Rello Mayweather. FBA Rello gave him a 2-piece combo. Christmas listen to crashing out. Yeah, clout chases and out. Yeah, I mean, it's just something. It's just something, you know. And that was his first day out there inside Medellin. Like I said, I didn't even know he was planning on going to Medellin. So, you know, I just said let me come up here and tell you guys what happened with me. I was surprised. The only reason I found out was because it came in my notification this morning, and it happened yesterday. I didn't even know it happened yesterday, but I just got the notification, you know. So I looked at the video. I was like, oh well, you know what? I wasn't planning on coming live, but I said I'll come on live before I go work out for a few minutes to discuss this. I'm gonna start coming live again more often since I'm back inside New York. You know, these type of shows, formats, nothing long. Just cover the news of the day from my mama's basement. One time, like I said, Puna Kana was great. I had a great time. Shout out to Uncle Rico once again. I got to keep shouting him out because, you know, he the one encouraged me to go on that road trip with them to Sosua. You know, Tata Troy Dominican Diaries, which is great. I'm glad that I went back to Sosua for the first time in 5 years. I seen some more work being done on Classico also. So once Classico really get back open, I will go back out to Sosua. You know, I get whatever type of footage I can get out there, go live from out there. You know, knock on wood. No video, Poppy. But try to go back out there when Classico opens back up. Let me see. How's NYC the future holding up? Yeah, Jake White. Yes. Where's he now? Where's NYC the future now? I think he's back. He's back in Queens, right? He's not in Vegas, I don't believe. Yeah, it looks like he was right to hire that security though. People was clowning him for hiring the security, but in a driver. So his driver didn't scam him out of $500. I don't think, right? I don't think so. Nobody ran up on him out there inside, the streets of Medellin to try to, grab his phone, whatever. Sometimes it's worth it, the extra, security to hire your own driver, especially in certain places where you're going that they have their issues with certain criminality. You know what I'm saying? And salute to you, Jake White. Early morning, Tuesday. Christmas list crashing out. Clout Chasers Anonymous says. Rello Alvarez says backpack Val. NYC the future don't need to try to make any more content. His trip was garbage. Well, that's been a big thing. I was gonna cover this. Well, really, I'll see. Who had the better trip, Rello or NYC the future? Put a 1 for Rello, put a 2 for NYC the future. And why? You know what I mean? Who had the better Medellin trip? Now, they didn't do much of a collab. They collabed for like a good hour, but they didn't link back up. Guess Rello had an issue with that, and Rello, I see Rello did a live stream about that situation on his channel, Scott Inslee. So now there's a rift between NYC the future and Jay Rello over that. These YouTube streets, man. These YouTube streets. And the best thing about it, you can't blame me, Raze for instigating. I didn't instigate none of that. You know what I'm saying? It happened the way it happened. Rello has an issue because they didn't link up again out there inside Medellin. It was supposed to be, I guess he probably wanted to hang out for like a whole day doing the IRLs, had Mitsubishi filming, whatever like that. I know NYC the future got out there late. I know that pissed Mitsubishi off. Steve and Al, they were looking forward to doing more content with him. So now there's a rift between those guys. But like I said, the best thing about it, I'm just chilling, drinking my C4. I had nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? The instigator in chief, Raze, did not instigate none of that stuff. So lots of stuff going on, from Shannon Sharpe to the other Mellow situation to tariffs and more crackdowns at the border. Not even summer yet. That's the way it is, Jake White. Every year the same thing. More tragedies, more controversies. Shannon Sharpe gonna be out of a lot of money. He already offered $10 million. She turned it down. He's gonna be out of a lot of goddamn money. What? A girl, sex. Shout out to my guy BMT Travels. He did a live stream last night. I just skimmed through it like before I came live, and you're like, look, Shannon Sharpe had just went to DR or something. Got a chick from abroad. People with money, they're gonna have to start thinking about that, because sometimes you women can be sharks. Now, I'm not saying if he's guilty or not, whatever she accused him of, but we do know there are opportunists out there that's trying to separate you from your money, especially if you're rich. You know what I mean? 10 million? 10 million? You know how many mangoes he get a guy in Sasua for that? I mean, if you go to Medellin, go to Cartagena or something, Costa Rica. I mean, at that point, just in and out. Hell, go to Amsterdam. What is out the red windows? You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's Shannon Sharpe going in that red window. Go to Amsterdam or something. Really? 10 million to one girl for relations? And it's going to be like 20, 30 million. Like, now, he didn't necessarily get fired from ESPN. He said he stepped away from ESPN until, I guess, football season starts back, but he might not never be back up there. I don't know. Guys are losing a lot of money over women. A lot of money over women. People complain about, hey, they Punta Cana expensive. We complain about $80, $100 to date a woman. This dude is out 10 million. He gonna be out 20 million USD for one. Now I'm not laughing at him, but I'm just saying the situation. I mean, you guys gotta know how to move. Except I'm drinking a C4. Where should I go next, guys? Where should I go next for my birthday? My birthday is May. I'm gonna do a birthday show, but I want to do a birthday show on location somewhere. But where to? Should I still do Peru for my birthday? Should I head back to Costa Rica? Salute from Honolulu. Sea Traveler. Salute to you from, yeah, shout out to you out there in Honolulu. Trey G, finally. Salute Trey G. Hope all is well with you. Scope City got another one. Mike, yeah, $500. For $500. At least it wasn't a scope, but the thing is, you know, once you lose $500, that's still a lot. You know what I mean? Now the thing is, now he might win because if his bank gives him back the $500, right? Now he's going to be up 500 if his banks do the investigation. Because I don't know if he's going to tell his bank that he got no. I don't know if he's going to cancel that investigation, right? If he keeps that investigation going, the bank might give him an extra $500. So at that point, he's winning. He's winning. Hey, Chris, if you're watching, don't tell the bank the guy gave you back the 500. You know what I'm saying? Now you get an extra $500. You know, when they finish their investigation. That's a round trip somewhere. That's a round trip, right? Maybe go to Chile or something. Christmas list in Chile. The slums of Chile. You know, you like the slums. You go to the slums, the dangerous slums of Chile. Hit that like button, guys. Honolulu. How's it going out there in Honolulu, Hawaii? Aloha. Troy G's in the building. I mean, my fault, Trey. Bodyguards to go to the dentist. Hey, you never know. You know, the goons might be following you. You know what I'm saying? They might follow you from the hotel to the dentist. You know what I'm saying? The dentist's office. You never know. Gotta know how to move, Delta. I'm on a layover on the way to Paraguay. Austin Holloman loved him some Paraguay, Style King. Austin Holloman loved him some Paraguay. If you're going for the first time, let me know how it is. Maybe I could do Paraguay for my birthday. I don't know. Should Raze go to Paraguay? For Austin Holloman seemed to like it a lot. He said he would live out there in Paraguay. Now, I don't know exactly. I didn't see the beauties, whatever. But, you know, like I said, I'm just going for comfort and this and that. I only need really one bar, one spot, some girls around, got my beds and chill. You know what I'm saying? Nice, peaceful, knock on wood atmosphere. That's all Raze really need on this trips. I don't need overkill, Sasua type atmosphere like that on my trips for me to, you know, have fun and for me to really like the place. You know what I'm saying? Trey G, Rello was ready to get jumped on. Christmas list was on his colonizer stuff. LOL. Well, Christmas list went to the authorities, right? It was a lot of money, $500. I don't think he would have went to the police if it was only $50, right? I don't think he would have did all that. Even probably like $100. $500, no matter how much money you got, that's still a lot of money. And it's disrespectful too. You know, it's disrespectful. It's a lot of money. Disrespectful. You promised it's only gonna be $50. And now you got me for $500. Now I'm supposed to go to sleep and just be happy about that. You know what I'm saying? Highly disrespectful. You know, And like I said, $500. That's a round trip. Hell, that's a one way to to go to Thailand. That's a one way to Thailand. Some dates, some months out of New York City to Thailand. You know what I mean? Disrespectful. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mouth guards. Are you saying so NYC the Future had mouth guards for the dentist? Drew, NYC the Future didn't get robbed because they noticed that he was on the spectrum. Wow. Hey, he like I said, Drew, he had like I said, he had the bodyguards. You know, he had two guys really there that was escorting him. You know, I don't know if one of them were armed. Was any of them armed? They probably I don't know. But probably would have had to pay more for armed guard, right? I don't know. You know, I see T Mac in the building. What up, T Mac? Black James Bond is in the building. Salute, T Mac. It's not a good look. Chris is actively looking for drama for beauty. Now, was he though? I know, but I do know he does that. I do know he goes to two places in dangerous areas. I do know that. He can even tell you that. But this incident, I don't think y'all can really blame it on looking for drama. The taxi driver just got him. The taxi driver got him when he's not looking for drama. Now, he did turn it into a live stream. He got 15,000 views off of it, and he got the money back. So it worked out. Like I said, if he don't tell his bank that, you know, he's good now, he gonna get an extra $500 potentially. But I think this one really happens to people that's not looking for drama. I've heard these stories all the time out there. Taxi drivers doing that. That's why they say try to use Uber if you can. I know it's tougher to get Ubers out there inside the airports. You know, you had to order it and go like a couple of blocks down or whatever from the airport because they don't like the taxi guys. They don't like the Uber to go in there, and you know they get in arguments and stuff. But at least you know your money is more secure like that, right? Or just have the proper amount of pesos to pay, or hell, just pay the USD or Canadian D to the driver. You know what I'm saying? Instead of putting your card inside they machines. Because let's be real, not everybody knows about every incident that happens everywhere in these places that we travel to. Not everybody knows about every incident. And it's hard to really, you can't fault people for not knowing about every little scam and every little scheme. You can't fault them. They're not in tune to every little scheme and scam that goes on. Not everybody watches DC Born Rob. Let me see. Salute, Sam. How you doing? I'm about to get this workout in. Like I said, anybody you want to come up here for a few minutes to talk about how to move, you can come up here. I dropped the link. Let me drop the link one more time. I stayed up here longer than I thought. I'm just I'm about to go get this workout in. Let me see. Also, guys, you guys want to do live streams? I dropped my referral link for StreamYard. You get $10 off. Hit that. A referral link. If you guys want to start using StreamYard, they went up in price, but you know you get $10 off. Hit my referral link and get $10 off, so you can use the StreamYard to go live. Rello stood on business. So Rello stood on business. How do you believe? Well, now, do y'all believe did NYC the Future ever go to El Centro? Did he ever go down there with the guards? That would have been interesting if he would have tried to do the same thing, because that would have been interesting. Now that one, I think NYC the Future should have did. I don't think he went to El Centro, right? Did NYC the Future go to El Centro, guys? If he didn't, I think that one was. Now, how can I say that? Because if he would have went to El Centro, something bad would have happened. people wouldn't be like, well, he's seen what happened to Rello. It was stupid for him to do that. Like I was like, well, don't try to top Rello. You might die. He'll go to jail. But if he would have pulled that off, seeing what happened to Rello, and took his bodyguards out there and went to El Centro, had the camera out during the daytime, not at nighttime, that would have been interesting. That people could have compared what happened with Rello to what happened with Future. I think that would have added to the trip. I think that would have been that would have added to the trip. Just probably walk like a couple of blocks or walk that same park out there in El Centro during the daytime, not at nighttime. But then again, like I said, I told him not to try to match Jay Rello or not to try to top him too. So I can't. But in the back of my mind, that would have been great drama and content. If he would have titled it, I'm headed to El Centro in 1 hour. Same place Jay Rello got ran up on. Then I think that would have added to the trip, because I think that would have been some drama. Because like I said, let's be honest, people pay these guys money to go out to these places for the drama, for the suspense. That would have added some suspense to that trip. I think that one move right there, people would have been satisfied. But you just never know. And I got somebody in the back right now. Oh, Buck is in the back. All right, so I'm gonna bring you up, but let me get a couple of super chats. Yeah, Raze, it's time you do Thailand. It's waiting for you. Now, I don't think I'm gonna make Thailand this short amount of time for my birthday. My birthday's coming up in like 3 weeks, so I would have to plan that out a little further out. But I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something new. We did the whole DR thing. Like I said, shout out to Uncle Rico, Tap the Metroid, Dominican Diaries. If I were to go back to DR, it'd be as a combination of a new country. I do DR after I do a new country or right before I do a new country. But I want to do kind of a new country or a new city and town in the country I already did. Like, so if I were to do Costa Rica again, it'd be a new town in Costa Rica. I want to show y'all something new. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I want to see something new. And T-Mac with the $9.99 donation. What up, Black James Bond? Salute to you, Razor. The official taxis in Medellin are white with blue trim. The fares are fixed and posted at the airport. Currently, the fare is $110. All right, $110,000 to Medellin. This is posted. So 110,000 Colombian pesos to Medellin, which would be what, about 40 bucks or so buck. That's about 40 bucks, right?
Yeah, that's about $43.
Yeah, because the airport is not really in Medellin, guys. It's like it's in a town next to Medellin.
It's in Rio Negro. That's the city. It's in.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Mac.
But I usually just take the Uber. I know you're not technically supposed to ride an Uber in Colombia, but that's what I usually do, because like the Uber is like max about $20, where the taxis they're gonna hit not 20K Colombian. Then with the taxis they're gonna hit you with like $100 US, and it's like you don't want to do that.
Hell no, I don't want to do that.
So and also when you're coming out of the airport and from your flight, man, them taxis, man, they're gonna come at you quick. Pause, and they will just flood you, bro. Taxi, and it's like you just gotta. At one point, you just gotta be like, "Hey, yo, chill, man. Let me think about it."
They try to intimidate you into taking a taxi with them.
Yes, like they rush you. All of them will rush you. At least that's what happened to me the first time. Now the second time, I kind of caught that. I was like, actually, the second time, what happened when I went to Medellin, it was this Dominican dude from the States who was going to Medellin, and I actually took the taxi with him on his ride to Medellin down. So I didn't even pay anything because I met the dude at the airplane, and he was next to me. So, but them taxis, they're gonna rush at you. They're gonna say, "Hey, taxi," and you just gotta be like, "No, I'm good. But if you're a seasoned traveler, you're pretty much used to at this point, because like everywhere I've been to, like
They do that.
Belize, Panama.
Yeah,
They're all gonna rush into
all
you,
do
and
that.
you just gotta figure a way, you can avoid them, and see what you like. Do you like the Ubers? Do you like the taxis? Do you like the white taxis? It's the white taxis are cheaper in Colombia. Don't take the yellow taxis. And if you want to go the most cheapest option, take the bus the bus from Medellin is going to take you to central Medellin.
Right.
That's the downside. It's going to take you to central Medellin. It's not going to take you to Poblado area where all the tourists be at. So
Well, it's going to take you to where J. Rello had that fight at.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the downside.
And Raze, I've been to Central, man. I wouldn't say it's very, very unsafe. It's just that it's just imagine being in a crowded market. It's like everybody's trying to sell shit. You see the guys on the radio trying to sell some shit. Like it's basically a flea market, of people just hustling and bustling and all that. And then you'll see the mangoes out there too. Yeah, some of them really just that's not a place you want to film at. Same for Parquejeras. That's one of the main reasons why a Future's security guards he didn't want no smoking Parquejeras because that's not a place you want to record. It's like
right.
Unless you got some KBS kind of footages where you do that creep cam shit.
Well, let me ask you, Buck, and hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button early morning live stream. Delta said NYC the Future don't need to try to make any more content. His trip was garbage. Now, I was just saying before he came up here, maybe he should have tried to take the bodyguards to El Centro after the Rello incident and film there. It would have added to the content, the suspense, the drama for his viewers. And I think people would not have complained about the trip as much. But would his bodyguards had allowed him to go out there with that camera like that?
I mean, they probably would ask for extra. They would allow, but they probably would ask for like extra. Like they're like, "Yo, I'm risking my life for this. I'm gonna increase the rates," and they're either gonna decline or they're gonna say, "Hey, we're gonna increase the rates for this one because that's not a place you want to record at." Rello had to do what he had to do. It's like, he stood on business. He did his thing. It's like if somebody steals a phone from me, I'm like, yo, I'm fighting back. I'm like, I'm taking my shit back. I'm using whatever I can, to get my shit back. So
right.
So Rello did what he had to do, and that was basically pretty much a self-defense. He stood on business. It's even though I don't support his fuckery, but that point he had the right to get his phone back and defend himself. So it is what it is.
Yeah, in that moment of time. Yeah. Big Mike International, Christmas List, and Rello all the same. They are looking.
Salute to Big Mike. How's Chile, Big Mike? Because you always bringing up Chile. I'm trying to see if I can go over there, but summer is starting. Not winter is starting for them, so I probably gotta go during the winter time over here. But yeah, what do you think about this whole Future and Rello beef?
Yeah, I hinted at it earlier. It's like
I don't want to get you like
Well, it's all right. People blame me anyway for instigating. So I said they can't blame me for instigating this one. I had nothing to do with this one. I think what happened was, like I said, Rello got mad that they didn't spend more time together. Pause out there inside Medellin, the collaboration. The best of both worlds. I think Rello wanted to do a full day with him, and have Intuition involved. Now, NYC the Future got out there a couple of days late. And obviously something went down. It seems like, I guess, one night Rello couldn't meet up. He didn't really want to feel like going back out at night to meet up with Future. He said, let's save it for the next day. That next day came. Future didn't bother to go meet up with Rello. So for whatever reason, I guess that was the main thing. I guess, so now there is a rift. There is a beef. Let's be honest. Now I don't know how serious it is, but in the meantime, there is. And I believe it's not going to be a long beef or a long rift. I believe that eventually they'll get past all that, and because they got some other trips, they trying to do some fundraising eventually for some other trips they got coming up. So they're gonna get past that. But it might be throwing back and forth some shots at each other. Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're gonna see some of that.
and it's see the thing is like, and I agree with Mike B in the comment. They two different personalities. They're way two different personalities. Future is more laid back introvert. He's more laid back introvert. He doesn't take things seriously. He's more laid back. Rello, on the other hand, is extrovert. He's more the personality. He's more open, and it's different. I just feel like there was a personality clash between them, and part that plays a part, obviously. But I also think that, as you said, Rello got mad at Future leaving the party soon. As you said, he left the party soon.
Right.
And Rello and his crew took offense to that, and it was like, yo, we're not having this, and because eventually, as you said, they were supposed to chill with each other a few more times, but that didn't work out,
But to be honest, I would have left that party too. I ain't got no girl. You know what I'm saying? Where's my girl?
Yeah.
They got the girls in the hot tub. I mean, where's my girl? You know what I'm saying? Tuition had the girls. Where the hell is Raze girl?
Yeah.
I'm like telling me, y'all having fun with the girls. I ain't having no fun with the girl. I can't flirt with y'all girls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where's Raze's girl? Well, I'm gonna stay at a party. Y'all got girls. I ain't got no girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I left that party soon, bro. It's like it's
you know what I'm saying? They got girls chilling, grabbing on. I can't. But getting robbed and scam is two different things. You dudes be too funny. What you got to say about that? I mean, it's $500 gone. I mean, you could call it what you want. You call it strong arm robbery is one thing.
Yeah. They both the same, right? Especially if it happens outside the country. That's the same. I just don't understand what this guy is talking about in the comment.
I don't know. I mean, I guess yeah. I mean, it's the same. Robbed. You got robbed. Now there's strong arm robbery, and then there's white collar robbery. It's all the same. You out money. You know what I'm saying? There's violent robbery, there's non-violent robberies. It's all the same difference. Well, see. All right, I'm gonna get to the super chat. You getting agrees if you paying $50 to get out of Medellin airport, the fare is half the price.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's like that's what I said. Actually, like I said, the second time when I went to Medellin, like I said, I was with this Dominican American dude, and he was able to get us an Uber. I didn't pay any shit because I rode with him because we was both going to El Poblado area, and it's like that's how it is in Medellin. You just take Ubers, even though here's the thing about guys, Ubers are looked down. Ubers is illegal,
right?
So you gotta do it the street. So if you're coming out of the airport, make sure, because the police is gonna be there. They're checking for drivers who are Ubers or not. So what do is you take your bags and you walk away from the airport, then call your Uber.
Got you.
So that way the police don't see you taking the Uber. Because there was one time the Uber stopped us, and not the Uber, but the police officer stopped us, and him and the driver got into it, and eventually the driver had to pay some bribe money, some hush money, to get out of the situation.
Okay. Well,
just FYI in Medellin, I'm just saying, it's like if you're going to, I don't know Cartagena is different. I heard it's all taxis over there, but in Medellin,
you can do Uber. You can do Uber too, but you got to do it away from the airport. I never did it. I never did the. I just do the taxis, but you could do Uber too. But swiping the card in a taxi is diabolical, says Mike Skins Money. Yeah, I mean, you seeing people get scammed and schemed on and robbed. I call it robbery. They're getting robbed, Mike Skins. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. Don't sugarcoat it. That's fine. What if we just said $5,000? You know what I'm saying? What if we put another zero on top of that? You know what I'm saying? That's robbery. T Mac, the Black James Bond comes through for another $9.99 donation. That's $20. $20. courtesy of T Mac, that's going to Raze Travels for his birthday, because I'm gonna get this money for my birthday time, so in May. Look at a local Medellin YouTuber, Life of David. Yes, I know Life of David. I was on his panel one time, like a year and a half ago. He invited me on, and I came on his panel. He gets permission to film from local gang bosses in El Centro. They tell him where he can film and give him protection for showing respect. Oh, okay. Well, I did not know that. I did not know he that's how he does it out there inside Medellin. Life of David, Life of David, Life of David. Shout out to him. A great channel he got over there. So I did not know that. That's some good information. So if you could get in good with some of the local, you gotta, hey, you gotta check in, right? T Mac, you gotta check in. And life of David, life with David. Resonate, life of David, life with David. I'm kidding. But life of David, you know, yeah, you know, he gets permission, so he won't have no issues with that. You know what I mean? Like we heard Robbie Travels got jumped by some chicks out there a few years ago. You know, inside El Centro also for filming. You know what I mean? And then he got robbed by the police. You know, at the police station. You know, or extorted by the police at the police station. So yeah.
I think, Life of Dave, he said he got robbed twice in Medellin. And he still loves Medellin. It's
right.
You know, he's pretty much fallen in love with Medellin. So, you know, same for Rami. Rami got robbed and he got his camera snatched away from him in Central. So he still loves Medellin. It's just some people just love Medellin, you know. But me personally, if I get robbed, I'm leaving the place, man. You won't see me coming back.
Yeah, me too.
But it will leave a bad taste. Like it'd be like at that point, I'm like, yo, I'm not coming back to the continent.
Yeah, it really pissed me off, especially, you know.
Oof, you know how that shit is like. Imagine Raze, you just minding your own business. One day you had a great night with the chicas and all that. You just had breakfast. You walking in Medellin, and you were having a good day, great day, feeling energy, bumping your music, you know, and two motors pop out of nowhere, and just stick up kids ask you for money, either give up your shit or not. So.
I think what helps take the ease off it is the beautiful woman out there. I think once you get with if you get robbed, you get with a beautiful woman the next day. I think you're like, you know what, it's not too bad. If you get with a beautiful snow bunny after getting robbed, right? But I think maybe that's what's going on.
I mean, that's the thing is like in the past few years, like how many people risk their lives to go over there, and you know. People are willing to risk their life for Colombian women. It's, you know, it's the talent over there is so crazy. So it's like it is what it is at the end of the day. Guys will risk.
Right.
It's like.
And as we look at Show, hold on, let me ask Show, because you got some sound issues, Show. But where you at, Show? What you showing us?
My bad. I was trying to figure out how to turn this camera around, man. But you know. Me with this technology is a little bit weird. Can y'all see it all? Can y'all hear
me?
Yes,
that's beautiful out there. What's that? Like
a
palace.
Yeah, man. You know what? It looked like a palace. The way they built this thing is so crazy. I've never seen a shopping mall like this ever in my life before.
Where's it at? Where's it at?
This is in Qatar. They got a city out here called Doha.
Okay,
Qatar.
Doha. Okay, that's where they had the Olympics, right?
Oh, okay. Wow.
Not the Olympics, but it was the I think the World Cup or some big soccer thing a couple years ago, like 2 years ago. They had I think it was soccer or the World Championship soccer or something like that.
Okay.
But
is it?
Yeah, they go ahead.
Okay. How's the nightlife over there? Do they have a nightlife or?
To be honest, I don't know. I just got here. I think they got a little something. But it ain't. It's a real conservative type of country. It's not like Dubai, where in Dubai everything is turned up. Which I just came in from Dubai today. I was out there for the last 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, and Dubai is turned up, but Qatar is a lot more toned down. You know what I mean? They haven't been hit by the wave yet.
I mean, it's coming. It's coming. Because I heard Saudi Arabia also is like they're becoming more liberal
Yup.
because
Yup.
they had I think a year or two ago they had Rihanna perform at a concert, and now in Saudi Arabia they're having like alcohol. People can drink alcohol in
Yup.
certain places, so they're open. What's happening is a lot of people don't understand in the chat. What is happening is a lot of those Gulf Arab countries are running out of oil
Yup.
revenue. So what they're doing is they're trying to get some of that revenue they losing from oil to open up to the world via tourism. So that's
Yup.
why it's like a lot of these places are becoming pretty soon. I'm just saying it's like it's gonna be, but I wouldn't go over there right now. I mean it's like a lot of a lot of guys in this space they just want to have fun. But Qatar is like, I mean, if you gave me a free ticket to go over there, I wouldn't turn it down. But
Well, wait a
Yeah.
minute. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Show. Uh, the guys, the bros, want to know about the hoes. How them hoes out there? Come on,
Man,
come on.
look,
yeah, come on.
How them
I'm
hoes out there? Show.
I'm gonna tell you, they some of the most beautiful creatures you ever seen in your life. You know what I mean? Uh, Now I ain't gonna say all of them, of course. Everywhere you go, you're gonna find some things. But man, they some of the most beautiful creatures you ever seen in your life. But yes, it ain't like Colombia or Brazil or Thailand where it's just out in front of your face and it's just easy for you. You do gotta probably put in some work. You gotta work like a ninja instead of working like a kamikaze samurai. You know what I mean? You gotta be stealth with your thing, but you can get it in. You definitely can get it in. You just gotta be low key and not be on Front Street. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
uh and I would tell you, so like Dubai is an hour away by flight. Not even an hour away. Dubai, everything goes. You know what I'm saying? Everything goes. The pros is out there, but it ain't like you ain't it's either they don't really like you and you're gonna get the crack for free, or if you looking to pay for play, you're gonna have to come with some bread because from what I hear, they ain't even let nobody touch them for less than 500, and the and that's because over there, you know what I mean, you seeing the mangoes and the pros is riding around in Lamborghinis and Ferraris and
Yeah.
Rolls Royces and Bentleys and Porsches, and
Yep.
you be like, Dad, your little phone, like if she was back in Colombia, she'd probably be getting 30, 40, $50. But over
Yep.
there, they getting apartments and
Mhm.
cars. And
I heard
so,
Right. What? What? What?
I
What?
heard that what happens is like all the baddies, like Colombian chicks, the Dominican chicks, they graduated from their countries.
yep,
They go to First they go to Panama, Costa Rica. They then graduate from Costa Rica, Panama because they get paid higher over there. Then they go to either Europe or Dubai, and that's where
yep,
you know.
Right. And like I said, that looks beautiful, show. But then we got
yep,
KBS Travels in the building. KBS,
yep, yep,
salute.
yep.
What's going on?
What up? What up?
Chilling,
Yeah,
chilling. Well, how you been? What's going on with you, man?
hey, I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I didn't get a chance to explore Qatar, but I had a layover over there. You know what I mean? But looking nice.
Yeah.
And,
Little
but
That,
stuff to do.
How was the women looking like KBS from your point?
Qatar?
Yeah.
I mean, I was only at the airport, so
yeah, he didn't
I.
get this.
But you know what I mean. But I
I'm,
did hop on Tender, which is like something you can't use in Colombia, and then there was a lot of them hitting me up, and
yep.
it was on the probe.
You ain't worried about getting scoped over here. If you knock something on Tinder or Bumble, you winning. You in there.
Well,
Cause ain't no
KBS. Yeah,
you gonna be the mango out here. They gonna look at you like you the mango. The bras out here, they gonna be trying to take you shopping. You feel me?
yeah,
Cause
and
they
but
cause cause you cause you we broke for them. So they gonna be looking at it like, man, what you can't do nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? But I could do something for you.
right. And,
See,
well,
see, I like like you seen what was just in front of the screen. You can't really tell nothing because they stay covered up. But you can tell, like if you hear in the flesh, you could tell it's a thing down there. You know what I'm saying? You could tell it's something nice.
right. Oh, okay. Well,
And
T Mac said I don't think the guy was trying to steal Rello's phone. The areas in El Centro are monitored by gangs in different areas. I think the dude was sent to give Rello a message. Well, KBS, you've been out there to Medellin. What do you think about that, KBS? About that incident with Rello? Was that a robbery or just a message?
I don't think it was robbery. I think it's the guy was stopping him from recording because over there, like they would come up at you and things like that. But the guy that he got, I ain't gonna lie, the guy that he got that was trying to take his phone, that was actually like there's guys that's even more tougher than that. You know what I mean? So he got lucky with that one
You
because
got lucky with that one.
yeah, there would be some guy like what I mean. He would have get really fucked up. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but same part, hey.
Have you ever had somebody try to take your phone, KBS? Or you got you good? You good?
I never had because I never go over there like that anyway. Like live screaming and doing things like that. Essential because it's totally not worth it. People go there to make videos, head in the camera, make videos. They don't go there to do live scream.
Right. In Medellin, you always have to assume the worst. Don't trust anyone. Don't trust Taxi, says the homie's hub. He was out there with J Rello. He said, don't DTA, like Stone Cold. Don't trust anybody. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a taxi. Was that as soon as because we were talking, he was already running up the rates, because you know how they got a clock, and we was negotiating price, and he already pressed the button, and I was like, you see what I'm saying? It's like they will do anything, to get out of the nickel or dollar out of you, man. So it's just got one of those things that you just gotta be aware of, man. But salute to Backpack Val, man, for him.
Val, salute.
So he tried out Singapore in Malaysia, so that was pretty dope. In the space, you don't see a lot of guys in the space going to there.
Malaysia,
I'll be out there.
yeah, Malaysia is one of the best countries in the world too. I agree. People sleeping on Malaysia.
Yeah. Yeah. So what up, Backpack? What you got for us? Shout out to you and your
I think this whole Christmas situation, right? You got to hear me, right?
We can't hear. Yeah, we can't hear you though. Like I don't know. Like
some echo, right? Yeah, we got a crazy echo. I think. Yeah. I think the view. Yeah, crazy echo. Backpack. When somebody put a gun to you and take your stuff, that's a robbery. No, well, like I said, there's strong arm robberies, there's violent robberies, there's different types of robberies. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody got robbed.
Well, Christmas List. That's the title of the show. He got hit $500 from a taxi driver. It wasn't strong arm, but he added extra zero on a card machine inside the taxi out there in Medellin.
But I don't understand that though. Why would he be getting taxis and swapping his card and things like that?
Oh, all right. So yeah, Christmas List.
That's like Roku mistaken things. He's been traveling all his life. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, gotta know how to move, right? Gotta know how to move, KBS. Yeah, he got
this guy, man.
Yeah, that was and he used a debit card. It wasn't even a credit card. So, but he got the police involved, and the police tracked the guy down. He said, and he got the money back. But yeah, I mean, he is a seasoned traveler. I don't know if he ever been to Colombia. I don't know if it's his first time. But yeah, you kind of don't want to do that. Swiping your card inside the taxi. But not everybody knows 100% every little scheme and scam these places play. You know what I'm saying? You can't be scared of being scoped, mugged, and Medi.
Yeah,
99.
That's true. I would say Medellin. That's the only place in Colombia I've been. I can tell you anything can happen to anybody. It don't matter how much experience you got, how cool you think you are, or how many people you think you got on there. Anything can happen to anybody down there.
Yeah.
Right. But like I said, shout out to you 199 Highlander and another 199 from Highlander. If you are scared about the crime, Medi is not for you. Yeah, I say, look, it's going to be, it seems like a lot to do to stay safe, but if you're going to go out there, if you're going to sign up to go out there, right, KBS and Backpack and Buck, if you're going to sign up for it, if you're going to go out there, you're going to have to take the precautions. You got to know how to move if you're going to go there.
And it's also, it's also there's like it's just
Thank
the
you.
chances, man. It's just sometimes people get lucky. It's just that it's off by luck, man. It's sometimes
Yeah.
it just you can raise. You can do the right thing. You can do AYBZ, follow the rules. Motor pull up with you. It's like there's nothing you can do to control that. You see what I'm saying? Then you'll have raise. Then you have a crash out, a guy who will do everything wrong and still manage to come back. You see what I'm saying? It's one of
Right.
those luck tests. Some people get lucky,
Yeah.
other people don't. Like
That's
as I said, Life with Dave, he was living in Colombia for what is it, 6 years, and he still got robbed twice. This is a guy that he's a local. He's not a local, but he pretty much knows Spanish, and he's been living over there. And he still got.
Right.
Okay? It's
hey,
like it's one of those senses. Like if it happens, it happens. You see what I'm saying?
hey, hey, I was down there 3 weeks ago, and I put myself. I don't know why I did this. I put myself in a situation with this chick who I mean, if she wanted to get me missing, where nobody would have ever seen or heard from me ever again, she had me. I was in a taxi cab in the middle of the barrios in the middle of the night, 4 o'clock in the morning, and a bunch of Colombians out there on the corner. The street lights was knocked out, dark, but by the graces of God, everything was cool. And you know what I'm saying? She wasn't on it like that, but if she wanted to, man, y'all wouldn't. I just wouldn't have made it back if she wanted to. But so it is a luck of the draw. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It depends. It depends on who you with and if the person really vibing with you. And you know, BBD. Remember what BBD said? Never trust a big butt and a smile. Hey, you gotta really think like that when you down there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Got you.
saying? Don't think with your little head. You gotta think with your big head at all times down there.
You have to take the good with the bad anywhere you go, says Highlander 199. Yeah, say like I say, if you're gonna go out there, you're gonna have to take the good with the bad. If you sign up for it, you gotta take those precautions. I know it's a lot to do, but you're voluntarily going over there. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yes,
so they at 199 Highlander and Backpack Val is back up here.
out there, or we still
You
got
still,
it.
yeah, still, yeah, y'all still. It's not just me, right? KBS, yeah, y'all still can't hear me, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you still having
I
issues,
mean, all
bro.
right.
Hey, if you pull up in the mall, if you pull up in the mall and you want your car washed and detailed while you in the mall, you can pull your Ferrari up right here. You know what I'm saying? And they'll charge your Ferrari up and detail it while you shopping. You know what I mean? This
Well,
this is
I
how they
don't think
doing
I.
it out here in Qatar. Just
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have a Ferrari out there at all. But yeah.
yeah,
But thank you for the info.
just,
Just in case I have to hit Mega Millions, you know what I'm saying? You know, you never
yeah.
know. Hit Mega Millions one day.
I, I didn't even know they had electric Ferrari yet, but he getting his charged up right here. And you
Hmm.
know, but yeah, this is, and you the man if you got your American vehicle too. They got this Dodge right here. You know,
And shout out to Tim Howard, the Mega
yeah.
Moderator in the building. Salute, Mega Moderator is in the building. Tim Howard,
Yo,
clown again. Who you talking to? Ellis Durrell. Hope you're not talking about Buck. Buck Travel's cool.
Nah, he was
I
talking
think it's
about
about Christmas.
no. That was an old post. I think he was talking about Christmas list.
Oh, okay, all right, all right.
Yeah, he was talking
Sorry,
about Christmas
sorry,
list.
Buck, to put you out there. I
Nah,
might
he
be.
good. No, he you good. But yeah,
Salute.
that dude Christmas list is he just got lucky, man. It's he could have got God. You know, God.
But on Christmas list, right? He makes me wonder because, like, did he do any recon at all before going to Medellin? Because if not, this could be the first of many incidents. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if he goes to El Centro? You know, on the same type of time that Rello was, like, you know, because like he should be able to pick up that the taxi fare was just, you know, egregiously too high. You know, $50, Colombia. Like, where they gonna do that at? But I understand he's never been there. But for someone who's well traveled like Christmas list, I would assume that, you know, he would have done his research and understand these kind of things. But I don't think he really knows anything about Colombia. I think he's just going out on a whim, and I just hope he's, you know, careful. Do it, so.
Yeah, they. Well, I let you go because we can hear a little bit what you were saying, but
Damn,
yeah,
man.
the audio
Chill.
was still muffled. Yeah, your audio was still muffled, backpack, but they you see the people in the chat.
I think people what they're doing wrong is like they gotta get like big gains. He go in groups. The gangster, and that's the gangster lifestyle, man.
You going with
Salute
the
to Gaines.
group, the gains out there.
You're muted, Gaines. You muted.
You in the gym, gang. You at Planet
This
Fitness.
this is also the gangster lifestyle. Yo, Razor, I sent you an invitation to the bar. You didn't pull up.
Which
It's
bar?
free drinks. It's free drinks all day at the bar, Razor.
Oh, the
It's
bar right
free.
there. That's the
It's
bar right
free
there. All
drinks
right.
all day at the bar.
The pull-up bar. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at Gaines getting it in. Look at Gaines getting it in. 4. Come on. 5. Come on. 6. 7. 8. 9. Come on. Get up. God damn it. Damn. Oh, you want more? You want more? All right. Serving up those pull-ups.
Yeah, it's free drinks all day at the bar.
Free drinks all day. Shout out to KBS Travel. He dropped off. KBS. Shout out to you, KBS. Subscribe to KBS Travel channel. You don't come back up. Yeah, shout out to you. You got those. Let me see the super chat. Django with the $10 donation. Raze travel fund because we going somewhere for my birthday. Great information, Double R. But like I mentioned to another YouTuber, I'll be glad when y'all get back to grown men traveling. Have your own money, a room, a bed, have plane fare. Hopefully the broke era is over. 2025, says Django with the $10 donation. Well, thank you for that. Listen, it's going to be some future fundraisers for Kenya coming up, Django. So be ready for that one. You and Zed is going to be looking forward to that one. Zed, oh yeah, she's looking forward to that one. Kenya fundraiser coming up. So
Yeah,
shout out to
real.
Django.
Yeah, real one. I'm using the assist because I got 2 tears in my left rotator cuff. So I got to use the assist.
Damn, you got 2 tears. Wow.
2 tears in the left rotator cuff.
Wow.
But I only take off 40 pounds.
Yeah, well, wow. So yeah, so that's why you're going to do 12. You could have did 25. You could have did 25 of them pull-ups.
Yeah. I can keep going. You know what I'm saying? But that was my last set. I did 6 sets. So I'm
Right.
good for the day. 6 sets. I did half an hour on the treadmill. Did that little dip machine right there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's it. I'm good for the day. Plus I went to the gym last night. So it's almost like 2 a day. Went to LA Fitness last night and got up this morning, Planet Fitness this morning.
Good job. Good dedication right there. And
Yeah.
Jesse Short says people are robbed all the time in cities they grew up in. Sometimes things just happen. Yeah, Jesse Short said things just happen. You know what I'm saying? You can look at it like that. Jesse Shorts, Highlander laughing. Tim Howard is laughing. Well, no, he's not laughing, but he's in the building. Shout out to you, Tim Howard, the mega moderator. Thirsty Traveler, BK Chef says. Shout out to you, BK Chef. I have been in that situation many times overseas, being in the middle of good. Highlander says. Try not to put yourself in danger. It helps as well. Now, taking a cab should not be putting yourself in danger, right? Paying, swiping the card, to pay the cab driver should not be putting yourself in danger, right? I mean, I guess going to the ATM to get money to pay the cab driver, I guess putting yourself in danger. Any little thing is putting yourself in danger out there. That's what's like. If you're gonna go out there, it comes with the territory, right? Because even if you walk to the ATM to give the guy cash money, technically somebody can follow you and rob you there. People complain about that. Well, you shouldn't put yourself in danger. But how the hell am I going to pay the taxi guy? I gotta have some cash. You know what I'm saying? Like what? So, but I mean, that comes with the territory if you're gonna go out there. So, yeah. Well, yeah. Bruce the Box King is in the building. Salute. Be smart, traveler. Don't travel like Rello and other YouTubers, says Bruce the Box King.
See, here's the thing, Bruce. Here's the thing. It goes back to what I was saying earlier. You can do everything right on the books follow everything on a book, play by play, and you can still get got. You see what I'm saying? It's just at the end of the day, it's just a chances thing. But here's the thing: when you move smart, you can reduce those chances. You're not going to reduce it 100% because there's always that 1%
Yep.
chance something might happen to you. But the
Risk
better
mitigation management.
risk mitigation. Big Gains, what he does is he go in groups. You know, salute to him because like he's less likely something going to happen to him in groups. Because like the Colombian moto dude is not going to pull up handing him his group 5 dudes. They're not going to do that. So it's one of those things. Like you just gotta reduce the
Well, yo,
risk.
it can still happen even if you were a group. You could be
Yeah, it
walking
can
on
still
time.
happen. That's what I'm saying.
You
It
could,
can still happen, but you're reducing the risk. That's
yeah.
risk assessment, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. You
When
Larry Shay.
Future took up 2 bodyguards to in Medellin, he reduced the risk. If he went by there himself, he probably would have gotten got. You see what I'm saying?
Well, you know, I mean, you reduce the risk. You know, Qatar is
He
not
did
in broke
reduce
into
the risk.
paradise.
He reduced the risk because when you have a driver and you have another bodyguard with you everywhere, you pretty much reduce the risk by like 90% at that point.
Well, big gains in Backpack Val. People were clowning NYC Future for having the bodyguards out there inside Medellin. But you see what happened to Rello. You see what happened to Christmas List, and he had a driver also. So you know, do you think it's fair for them to clown NYC Future for having 2 guys with him?
No.
Listen, no. Future is, listen, he's Sasua is for him. He needs training wheels. And I told him that on his show last night. Sasua is for guys who need training wheels. He needs training wheels. You know what
Wait
I'm
a minute,
saying?
he's been to 5 times already.
It don't matter. He still needs training wheels.
God damn.
I agree with Gaines. I'm not gonna hold you. Like,
Yeah, I definitely agree with Gaines, man. I think he need at least 5 more Sasua trips so he can learn from it.
Oh my God.
Because like here's the thing. There's a learning curve, right? Some people they need a couple Sasua trips, 1 or 2 Sasua trips, then they can go to Colombia and they good, right? You know, others they learn things faster, others learn things slow. So for Future, he might need a couple 5 more Sasua trips, man.
Wait a
yeah,
minute,
because
I don't know, but because did anything bad happen to him in Medellin? I think
No,
no,
nothing bad
but
happened to him because he had bodyguards. Come on,
yeah,
Razor
but that's
Razor.
the thing. And the
He
thing with the
wasn't
bodyguards,
there by himself.
is he gonna do the same thing again? I mean, that costs money. You feel me? Like, I
yeah,
know the subs got him, but like, shoot, you could do much more with that money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I think he played it right though. He knew that
he did.
your first time, so you say, you know what, I'm not playing around. Let me just hire some people to escort me around. You know, I mean,
No,
because
that's true.
yeah, I
But
mean, I think yeah.
do you want to rinse and repeat that? You feel what I'm saying? Like
If he
every time you go to Medellin,
yeah, he might have to if he thinks if he's gonna be a YouTuber. Now, if he wasn't YouTubing and going out with the camera and stuff, then maybe he could go more low key, keep his wrist down. But he's gonna be YouTubing. See, knowing how to move as a YouTuber is different, especially if he's trying to get that type of content. Going live, people want to go live in El Centro and stuff like that. He's going to have that security. I mean, you know, look at Rello. Rello was with another guy. At least the other guy helped him out in that situation. Also, you know, but if Rello was by himself doing that
what if?
with the Hector guy, you know,
What if?
yeah.
And
Hey,
Future really didn't come outside. And I told him last night, you really don't have any footage inside parking areas. He wasn't really outside too much.
well, let me ask
You
you
know?
guys: should he have went back to park it? Well, should he have went to El Centro after the Rello incident?
No way.
Do it.
No,
Hell
no
no.
way. And like I said, anyone who's advising someone to go to El Centro to go live stream is setting you up. I don't care what nobody says. Like, whoever's been to Medellin could tell you that. Like, whoever is suggesting you go live stream in El Centro is setting you up to get robbed or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not even lying.
yeah. I've been
I
to
agree.
Central a couple times. That's not a place you wanna record. I don't know if Gaines been to Central because I think he was only in El
Yeah, I
Poblado
think
area.
we didn't leave
You
that
been to Central Gaines? Central Medellin?
nah we didn't
Okay.
leave that Parker area really. The only time we left, we went over to the soul food spot. Um, I forgot the name of the soul food spot that's out there.
Sweet George's Cafe.
Sweet Georgia Cafe, right? That's the only
Sweet Georgia.
time
Yeah. Yeah.
we pretty much left from over there around the Parker area.
Yeah, now even Colombians will tell you like that's not no place you want to go there, especially with your phone out. Like I remember I went
Yeah.
out there for like my first time. My taxi cab driver was telling me like, "Yo," because I was like, setting up my phone equipment and everything like that. He was like, "Yo, put that
Right.
away."
See,
'Cause-
Yeah,
that
Mm.
I,
was a
I
great point.
agree with
Yeah.
that. You don't wanna record in some places, and then there's some people that don't want to be on camera. So
Yeah.
I
it's
think I
bad.
think sometimes they'll get you just because you're trying to be slick. Oh my bad.
Just for instance, look what happened to
Like
that
yeah,
dude from Staten Island in Santiago, Chile. He was recording in the wrong neighborhood, and unfortunately, they got him. You see what I'm saying? It's like that's what I'm saying with Jay Rello. He lucky he didn't get popped or anything like that. Just because you see what I'm saying? It's like because some of these places they really take recording seriously, and you definitely don't want to record in these areas. So
Well,
Right.
and
you see,
and
like
some of them. Good.
I was gonna say, like back to Christmas list. What I was saying earlier is that he's following Rello's footsteps. It looks like to me because I'm of the belief that he didn't do any recon prior to going to Colombia. I think he's going off the whim. So it wouldn't surprise me if he were to just go to El Centro and record. It would seem like the normal thing to do because El Centro is the nucleus of Medellin. You know what I mean? It's the business district and everything like that. Despite how sketchy it is, like, but so like anybody without the knowledge would just go to El Centro and roam. And he's a really bold traveler. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think nothing would stop him, but it's kind of like a trap that's waiting for him. So
Right. And JT is in the building. I'm sure JT gonna do something on the Christmas list. Shout out to you, JT. I see you in the chat, JT. Foreign Vibe is in the building. I did not hear the news. Yeah, yeah. You can. Let me see. Some people in the real one is in the building. Of all the places, Chris has gone. This happened in Medellin. Yes, on the first night in Medellin. First night in Medellin. Christmas list. $500. He got it back though. He's managed to get it back. But you know. Let me see the super chat. Django with another $5. Some guys have dumbed down this space. 20 to 25-year-old men travel to sue every day. These guys, y'all talking about aren't qualified to give information, says Django. Shout out to you with that $5 and the $15 total. Shout out, thank you for the $5. Once again, y'all agree with Django?
see, that's the thing. That's the difference. The Sioux, anybody can go over there and have a good time. You can't say that about the Medellin. So
Mike Skins agrees with him. I guess Mike Skins agrees with Django.
yeah, I definitely agree with that one.
Be
yeah,
nice, gang.
I agree.
Be nice,
I agree.
gangs. Stop being evil, gangs. Real one says, stop
Like
being evil, gangs.
like Raze, even you'll have to agree. Like, because we came around the travel space at around the same time, right?
Yeah,
Like you notice the stark difference from when we came up in this space. You know what I mean? Because live streams has always been a thing, but you've seen the stark difference from then to like now. You know what I mean? The evolution or
yeah. I
lack
think the
thereof.
IRL became a thing, right? And then the pranks you became a thing through Instagram and stuff like that. So that became a thing. And then they started to merge. And then just being annoying to people started to become a thing on live streams. You know what
Yeah,
I
the
mean?
nuisance. Yo,
A lot of them white guys be doing that. Being annoying to people in the streets and stuff. And yeah. So I think you find you finally you hit on one of your live streams, and then you be like, you know what? Let me keep this going. You know what I mean? People are interested. This is the most views I've ever got. So that becomes your niche or your niche.
Yep. And you gotta remember too, some of these broads, they don't want people, they don't want their family and cousins and friends watching them on live stream. They don't want nobody to know what they're doing. So if you putting them on camera, they take offense to that. So
Oh, of
You
course.
know,
Well,
guys just got to be
yeah.
careful.
Well, this,
You
in
know,
this, yeah. I mean,
some of
yeah.
them they look like they look like they proud of what they do, but a lot of them not. So they like, oh, you put me on camera, okay? Now watch this. I'm finna call up the, you know what I mean, the stick up boys, and you know what I mean. So you got to try to stay on their good side and yeah, respect their boundaries too. Even though they hoes, they still, you know, they still human beings.
I see Primo is here in the building. What up? What up, Primo? Like I said, what up,
Primo.
my skins in the building too. Don't taxi, period. Don't taxi, period. Walk. Bruce the Box King said walk. Salute the dream. Salute the dream. You know, nah, but yeah, well, I guess Uber. You mean just do the Uber, right? The Bruce the Box King.
Now, question to the panel, man. Who you think won that Medellin trip, Rello or Future?
Yeah,
Like
who y'all
in
Man,
terms of
talking
listen,
entertainment.
y'all need to stop with that nonsense.
What's that?
Y'all need to stop with that. Who had the better trip?
Yeah,
Who had
y'all
the
can
better
answer
trip?
that.
I'm
I'll leave it to y'all, man.
come on, man. Y'all stop being political correct, man. Just answer, man.
Like, I don't know what's there to win. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Like how do I judge? Like you know what I'm saying? Based off what criteria? You feel me? Shout
Yeah,
out to
like the
both of them.
criteria, the
You feel me?
crash
But
outs, entertainment, the dangerous situations, like what the I think NYC the Future had a fine trip. You know, it was a fine trip. Now it wasn't as drama filled like Rello, so people will give Rello more points because of the drama in it. But I think for a normal trip, NYC the Future had a fine trip. You know, he had a couple of incidents with the filming. He was walking around. You know what I mean? I mean, he had a girl on the thing. He went to the dentist. That was a fine trip. Now, you know, but we all know why people are sending them out there for the crash out and the drama. So in that aspect, if you're going to rate it with that, Jay Rello had more moments like that. So you would say Rello won. But you know, NYC the Future had a nice trip. I mean, it depends on what you're rating, what you expect from them. What did you expect with the best of both worlds? You know what I'm saying? You expected a lot of crash out. Let's be honest. So
yeah, I think it's maybe to try and get a grasp of like what Buck is trying to say, like who lived up to the best of their expectations of the trip,
yeah,
I guess, right?
yeah.
I would probably say Rello did more so than Future, but I don't know if that's a win. You know what I mean? Like, is that really a win though?
Listen,
You feel me? Like,
listen. If y'all remember R. Kelly, Jay-Z, Best of Both Worlds, that was a crash out. They ended up beefing with each other at the end of
Yeah,
that shit.
you're right.
that is
You're
true.
right. You're right. You're right. Yes, you're right. So this wound up like that. Yeah.
Just like that.
Future stands out a lot. I know he has his own style, but it is like flashing lights to Colombians, says T Mac.
That's a good comparison.
Ace, how did he get robbed? Well, you said we discussed that. A taxi driver overcharged him.
Salute my skins.
Put a couple of more zeros on that thing. You know what I mean? So instead of $50 cab ride, it was $500.
Greased.
Doesn't matter how many times dudes go to the Sue box, will always be the winner. Yeah, 50 Cent says. You guys got to realize they were in the 304's area. There is more El Centro that is slightly better. Okay, Big Mike International.
Yeah. Y'all not gonna believe it, but like there's apartments, Airbnbs, hotels going for great rates in El Centro, but with fair reasoning. But that's where you're gonna get the best deals.
Yeah.
But
Well, yeah, you know, and obviously they're going to be around where the 304s at because that's what the guys want to see, right? The guys want to see them around the 304s, obviously, so they're going to be around there. I believe, well, like I said, I believe that NYC the Future had a fine trip. Now, expectations wise, was the crash out. Rello won in that aspect of the expectation. I think at NYC the Future, because I did think he had mentioned, that's why I asked did he go to El Centro, because he did mention that he was going to go to El Centro, and that was after the J Rello incident. But I just think he just never made it there. Because I was like, well, all right, so he's going to try it out also. But as far as expectation, I think Rello won as far as the crash outs, and of course, I mean that's what he does. I mean, it's hard to top him with that. Because like I said, what's next after that? Jail. Because if you try to top Rello, you going to jail or you might die out there. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
mean,
facts.
so it's gonna be hard to beat Rello with that. You know what I mean? So you just got to
Yeah,
do
after Rello, that's like Johnny Somali territory. You feel me?
bingo,
Like,
bingo. So yeah. So it's best not to try to top him because all you're gonna do, all right, you're gonna well, all that's gonna happen is all right, people are gonna say you had a better trip than him. But where does that lead? It leads you to jail or maybe death. You know what I'm saying? Or a big ass whipping. You know what I'm saying? So, do you really want to, like you said, Backpack, do you really want to win against Rello in that aspect? Is it worth it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anything for views, and the money says the mega moderator Tim Howard. A lot of black markets in El Centro, so they are sensitive to filming, says T Mac. Oh, it's another thing. A lot of black markets. Okay.
oh yeah.
Okay. Black markets, T Mac. Not just the females, I guess. Is other black market stuff. Which makes sense. Centro is fine with no filming, but yeah, camera is a problem, says Real One. Yeah, out
In
there.
the nighttime too. You don't want to be walking out there in the nighttime at all. Like
I hear a lot
it's
of drug addicts too out there.
yeah, that's all it'd be outside. Like literally no one's walking outside in El Centro at nighttime. Literally nobody.
What it's
Yeah.
like downtown Atlanta at night?
Yeah, pretty much.
Downtown Atlanta, same shit.
Like by the stadium, by Mercedes Benz.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Same shit.
Right.
I'd say even worse. But
It's more so because he's broke with security, like he's a celebrity, or just skip Columbia overall. You can just do that. You can just do that. But guys is going for the content and stuff. So and subscribers and viewers request them to go to like a place like Medellin, to see what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It's like they request because first it's some beautiful women out there, so that's a plus, and they want to see what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a real life movie to people, or a reality show to people to see what's gonna happen and to see some hot chicks. You know what I'm saying?
honest thoughts though, Raze, because I mean, you've been around for a minute now, right? Like so have I, so have we all, for the most part. Like when it as it pertains to Sosua, Cartagena and all that, right? Do you like is that a point where like it's kind of like, desensitizing, as far as the content that comes from these places? You know what I mean? Like I
Oh,
remember at one point, like
yeah.
a Sosua or a Cartagena short could give a nigga 1 million views. You know what I mean? But like it's not like that anymore.
I think what's happening now, I think people go watch a crash out every day. Now to just see women walking around every day. I mean, people watch that too. And but I think a fresh crash out, a fresh argument with a chica, a fresh delete the video moment. I think people go watch that every day. I think that's probably why that's taken over, because people go watch that every day. It's like watching Jerry Springer every day. A new or Maury, You Are Not the Father. People watch that every day. I
It's
think,
free.
yeah, it's like a reality show. It's a new situation, a new dangerous situation sometimes. So I think people can watch that every day. You would think people would get tired of it, but no, I don't think, because people watch car crashes when it happened. People watch dramatic stuff in real time, as it happened, and they click on it. You know what I mean? I think it's you would. I don't think people get tired of it. No. Yeah.
Maybe not the crash out, right? Like everyone will tune in for the crash out, but just, going to the same places, you know what I mean? Like, let's just say before the crash out even occurs, like, are people even still like, or are they like watching, anticipating the crash out?
Yeah, I think, and Primo in the chat, he says, too many videos in the same places, they've been played out. Now, this is when the crash out comes in. Because, yeah, I mean, if you're watching the same place over and over, and you've seen the same landmarks and the same stuff, over and over. But when you throw in the crash out, when you throw in the arguments, that's different. That's a new argument every day now. That's entertainment. So you get a new argument every day. You get a new situation every day. You get a new fight every day. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's in the same location, Sosua, Medellin, whatever. But it's a new incident. You know what I'm saying?
I
Which
feel.
keeps entertained.
I wanted to ask. So, like, what is your mind frame at like right now as it pertains to watching travel videos? Like, are you only in it for the crash shot as it pertains to like those same big four locations, or like?
Well, for my channel, yeah. For my channel, yeah. For what I
No,
do,
not even for the channel. Not even for the channel. Just
I
like
got my
personal.
screen record ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm not for the steps of Brazil. You know, yeah, I'm looking forward to now. Well,
Like
I'm
personal
looking.
interest though. Like
Yeah, Sunday night smoke. Sunday night smoke.
smoke.
I mean, yeah, those things are interesting. Let's be honest. If somebody get in an argument, you know what I'm saying, on live. Somebody get robbed in the live. That's interesting. People watch that. I mean, I'll watch it. I'm not gonna lie and say I don't watch. That stuff is interesting because, like I said, you go into the same. A lot of YouTubers go to the same place over and over again, filming regular edited videos. How many times you gonna watch the same thing? But when you throw in somebody getting robbed or somebody, incident, you can watch that every day. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Sunday Night Smoke is in the building. Salute, Smoke. How you doing, Smoke? Like I said, I mean, you could go to a new place that people don't go to and get robbed, and that'd be still interesting. You know what I mean? If y'all, so y'all want people to get robbed in new places. That's what y'all want.
I mean, look what happened to that one dude, Vitali. Vitali crashed out in Philippines. He was he was doing some worse shit as much as Donnie Somali, bro. Like he was literally taking guns from cops in the Philippines. That was some wild shit. And you know what? The president of the Philippines came out and said, "Yo, we're gonna make an example out of that."
Yeah, he might do life. I don't wish that upon nobody, but
because he knows about what was going on in Asia, Johnny Somali crash out and all that. He said, out of Valentine TV, we're gonna make an example out of him. So it's one of those things.
If he really big and bad, tell him to come to the Middle East and do all that. Tell him to come
exactly.
to
That's a fact.
That's not a place. That's not a place for to do that. I mean,
But
I heard about that story where that
look.
one American chick, she was trying to yell at this dude from Dubai, and she was in Dubai, and she was arguing with the dude. She was yelling her voice at him. Next thing you know, she got locked up.
If you really about that life, tell him to come to Qatar. Tell him to come to Dubai and Saudi Arabia.
It's over. I mean, but like Philippines gives it up the same way. He just didn't do his research properly. That's what I mean. Like,
because you would think, Backpack, that nobody's intentionally going to want to get locked up for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? You would think that if he thought that was a risk, he wouldn't have did that out there, right?
Right.
So he wouldn't go to the Middle East and do that because he know that's a risk. I don't think.
Yeah. I mean, you ain't gonna get shot. You know what I'm saying? Or drugged like in Medellin in Colombia and all that. So at least that element is not there. But you know what I'm saying? I want to see what they really made of. Come out here and do all that.
They'll execute like people for that. Like, I'm not even lying. Like they do it for a lot less. So, but yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, subscribe to our Backpack Val channel, by the way, while y'all at it,
Appreciate you, good brother.
Yeah, because Backpack Val, he knows a lot. You know what I'm saying? He Backpack Val is the man. Backpack, you the man. You don't release a lot, but you are the man. You know what I'm saying?
No, we about to get back, in the action after I come back from I'm going to Colombia in like 3 weeks. So shout out to that.
Rinse, wash, and repeat. You going back to Colombia? More Colombia content.
Not only because Bandana, shout outs to Bandana. It was his birthday. Like Colombia was not, in the list of things, but considering that we about to do a big showdown out there, I'm gonna check Colombia out. I'm gonna check Cartagena, Santa Marta, and Bogota. So
it's gonna be your first time in Santa Marta.
Second time.
Oh, second time. Right.
But first time in Bogota, so that'll be interesting. I'm more excited for that.
Bogota can look kind of grimy, man. I mean,
Yo, we're from New York, bro.
I know, yeah, I know. I mean, hey, if you like East New
I know
York,
vacation though.
you know, it's like taking a trip to East New York. You know what I'm saying?
Not
I
East
mean,
New York.
Brownsville projects.
No, but
Well,
I think you know PAX, right?
Patch,
Nah, PAX.
yeah, I know Patch. Yeah,
I believe he's been out there. And he
moderator.
said some
Yeah,
good
yeah,
things
Patch.
about it. Yeah, I ain't seen him in a minute actually, but
It's
I hope he's all
grimy.
good.
It's grimy. It's cheap though. It's cheap, very cheap. Big Boss, you know, hey, Big Boss like is cheap. You know, you know what Big Boss
Yeah,
is talking about. You know, he like, but
well, I
Chris,
don't know what you're talking about,
yeah.
so I'm good.
Well, Christmas list already got more content than both of them. Said well, because the whole Christmas list, yeah, he Christmas list. Like I said, he just landed in Medellin. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, now that happened to him.
Well,
And
let me
I
tell
don't.
you,
I,
this is a crash out in the making right now. I don't like to say that, but Christmas list is
yeah, I mean, what else he's gonna get in? Because you know he's gonna go to one of those poor barrios out there. You know that.
facts. Exactly.
That-
Like, yeah, he's gonna go to like Barrio Antioquia, and he's, bro, like, man, yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, if crash out is your thing, like,
Crash out is Christmas lifting. Christmas, that's what he does. He puts himself in risky situations going to those type of areas. He did it, and he did it in the States. You go to his playlist, he did it in the States too. He do it
facts.
everywhere he
But
goes.
he doesn't get the flack that, like a Jay Rello does, or even Future does. Like, when you compare it to that, I feel like it's almost unjustified. Like, but hey,
I
that's
mean,
just
Jarrella does it on purpose. That's the thing. Jarrella does it on purpose. Where Christmas list, he just
it's on
indirectly
purpose, but it's more meticulous.
indirectly put
Like,
himself in a place where he gets himself into a situation where Jarrella, like, he does it on purpose. You see what I'm saying?
with
It's
the
like,
interactions.
it's why his fans they support him because of that. You see what I'm saying?
I guess, yeah, I know the difference. There's like a little slight difference. Christmas list actually going documenting dangerous areas, which can lead to him getting into trouble, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Rello has interaction with the mango, with the girls, and gets into arguments. So, putting himself in, it's a little different. That's what it's a little different. Now, people would say, just avoid those areas. Christmas list, don't do it, but he still does it anyway, right? It's a slight difference with the approaches. Slight difference with the approaches. But like you said, people do complain about Christmas list doing that though, going to these places. They do. Trinidad did. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
they was
20
not
years,
playing.
go back to
They
court.
still not playing with him.
Yeah. So
And I'm not going there. Like, what? They gonna have to come get me from where I'm at. Like,
hell yeah, they're gonna have to come get me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going back. Especially if you saying it's a fraudulent court and this and that fraudulent system, then why participate, right?
like, I'll take my chances. Trinidad, okay, yeah, I'll take my chances. Like,
Yeah.
facts. I'm sorry.
I don't give a F with the $10 Cerveza Fund donation. Shout out to you. This is going to go to the Raze birthday trip, for May. End of May, I'm going somewhere. So thank you. I'll get this money at the end of May. Thank you for that.
You
Come
try
to
something
Colombia.
new? You going somewhere new, Raze? Or,
Yeah, if it was Colombia, it'd be a new place in Colombia. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It won't be, the same. But shout out to I don't give a look, with that. And Brandon Clark with a $5 donation. Just showing support. Great channel, brother Brandon Clark. Thank you. I appreciate it. People on the panel, you got to thank the people on the panel for this. People in the panel, you know what I mean? People in the panel, you guys have great information. Y'all come through, you know what I'm saying? Brandon Clark Stocks Passport, thank you for that $5, you know what I'm saying? But so where you guys going? Where your next trips? You said already, Colombia, backpack, big games. Where you going? Back to the Sioux?
You going to Colombia too? You go to Medellin.
So all y'all guys going to Medellin. All right. But no, not you. You going to Cartagena though.
Yeah.
Ray, you might as well pull up in Colombia with everybody else.
Right. Let's stop by. You know what I mean? Quick drive by.
Games, you say you going there Memorial weekend?
Yeah.
I might pull up, so we'll see.
And I might pull up over there with Backpack Val and smoking all of them.
Backpack Bow, Smoke, and all of them. But gang, you saying you like Medellin better than the Cartagena now these days?
I like both, but the weather's better in Medellin.
Yeah, the weather is way, way better, man. It's like it's 75 degrees year round. So it's like you don't got to worry about the soaking hot and the humid and all that. That's one of many reasons why I went to Medellin a couple of times. I was like, it's much better.
Okay, I see Milano in the building. What up, Milano? He was out there in Punta Cana. He was like in Punta Cana. So shout out to Milano. He had a couple of I've seen.
Let me stop.
Yeah, yeah.
I just like being mean to Milano. Like, it's not personal. I just like being a dickhead. Shout out to Milano. Like, it's all good, man.
But Backpack, really?
Like, don't, Milano, please, like, don't, like, hit me up in my inbox. Like, it's all good, all right? Please, I was just kidding, all right? I don't want no problems.
Santa Marta was cool, says T-Mac.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cuffy vibe, but it's not bad.
Known in all islands, Jamaica, Trinidad, Belize. He's a celebrity, says Bo Riddle.
I believe it.
Yeah, but would you want to be a celebrity? That's the thing. You know, people are trying to strive to be celebrities, but in which way, trying like is the fame worth it? But I guess it is, because more celebrity, I guess, the more money in your bank account, right? You know, by any means necessary.
But like, if something happens to you in your line of work, you gotta embrace the critique as well. You do, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to sound sadistic, because I'm not preying on Christmas's downfall at all. You know what I'm saying? But you just gotta accept the good with the bad when it comes to that line of work. That's all I gotta say with that. You know.
You know, real one. I might have to take Rello as my security. How much Rello would charge? I might have to take him as my security. You know, he put the fist to that guy. Yo, Backpack, how impressed were you with Rello's hand skills out there inside El Centro, Medellin?
Well, I mean, he did what he had to do. He defended himself, and good shit. Because I would have done the same thing. You know,
the same, yeah.
Yeah.
You would have let him take the camera. You know. Now, what if you would have flashed the knife? You would have just like if you would have seen the knife and flashed it, you would have had the back gun. We're gonna leave the gun out of it because anybody just got to give it up. But a pocket knife, you would have. What you would have did?
Ooh, fight or flight? I don't know. If I'm bigger than him, yeah, I'm folding him.
Even with the pocket knife.
Even with the knife, yeah. If it's one guy, yeah, I'm gonna try to fold him. But if we're like the same height or whatever, then I'm probably just going to dip. I'm not even going to risk it. Like,
yeah.
Like, I'm not even trying to be fighting out there anyway. But like, you guys just assess the situation.
Even in front of them girls, them good-looking girls, you're gonna leave like that in front of them good-looking girls, them good-looking snow bunnies backpack.
In El Centro, trust me, it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not pretty work out there at all.
Oh, all right,
pretty work out there at all.
Ain't nothing to impress in Central.
Huh?
Ain't nothing to
Yeah, I'm gonna drop your channel link.
You know already. I'm about to drop down. I'm about to go exercise before I go to work.
Raze, thanks for having me.
Raze.
And yeah, man. It's
good combo.
And subscribe to all these guys' channels up here. That's up here. Let me put Backpacks first. Subscribe to Backpack. Well, Buck, you don't be releasing nothing these days. Subscribe to Backpack channel. You know what I'm saying? It's cool for him to come up here. Big Gains, you know, is up here. He's making his way back out to Colombia. Why haven't you did Costa Rica yet, Big Gains? What's going on with that?
I was gonna go to Costa Rica, but I hit my man up. I said, "Yo, what's up with Costa Rica?" He said, "Yo, we already booked for Medellin." I said, "Medellin, it is."
Okay. I mean, you like Medellin?
Plus another friend of mine, he said I wouldn't like it. He said he went out there, he didn't like it. He said, "Yo, you know how we like to move. You know how we like to party. It ain't nothing but old men out there." That's what he said, and he's 60 years old.
Well, yeah, I mean, old men, women, what, in 70 years, you mean, they got 40, 50-year-old men out there. I mean, that's around the age range, right?
But I'm like the women is there. The women, and I'm like, yo, what about the women? He was like, yeah, but the vibe is like real slow. I said, okay.
Well, it's more white people out there. It's not like
Yeah,
super.
that's
It's
pretty much what he
but
said. I was
parties.
trying to keep it. I was trying to keep it political, but that's
Oh,
exactly
okay. I'm just being honest. I mean, it's more of a white man's party place, but they play hip hop and stuff. They get down, they party. You know what I'm saying? They
Mhm.
party. But it's nice to see. I mean, you're a YouTuber now, gang. So you go to these places. You know what I mean? They got the mangoes, they got the girls. You know what I'm saying? You can give it a try. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I'll try. I'll try and slip it in.
So,
Maybe because I'm going to Brazil at the end of the year.
yeah.
That's 1%. So I'll try and slip it in. Plus, I got something else in the works. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to make a serious move.
Yeah, yeah. Is Buck Travel even a YouTuber? Ex Milano? Yeah, I mean, yeah, he drop a video here and there. You know what I'm saying? And I guess subscribe to Backpack Val right there. That's Backpack Val channel right there. Salute Sunday Night Smoke podcast. Raze joined Rello in Kenya. I still want to do the Cape Verde, Cape Verde. Now I know Kenya is the talk of the town right now. Kenya. I still want to do Cape Verde first though. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's entering Colombia, they are checking mobile phones more often. All right, yeah, police. Yeah, you could get randomly your phone checked, so randomly. I heard they do that in Miami too, when you fly into Miami, coming out of Colombia. So randomly. So be careful with that. That's a good warning, T-Mac. You know what I'm saying? You know. Nah, I'm good on the fame. I would just stay getting the money, Jesse Shorts. He said he don't want to be a YouTube superstar. He just want that money. You know what I'm saying? I don't see or hear any of these guys getting married in either Colombia or Dominican Republic. Just pay for play. Hey, to each their own. You get married, it might cost you more over time. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
He said what?
I don't see or hear anybody getting married in these countries. Just pay for play.
Okay. So we gonna do this stream tomorrow night. I'm gonna hit my man up and stream. Everybody subscribe to the Gangster Lifestyle. Can you find a wife in the Dominican Republic? I'm gonna hit him up in a little while, and me and him we gonna put this together. He's been married to a Dominican woman for 10 years. He met her in Santo Domingo. I've been talking about doing this. He wants to do it, so we gonna do it tomorrow.
We're going to do it tomorrow. The Gangsta Lifestyle Experience channel. So that's gonna be interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah. I think actually he wants to jump into doing YouTube. So we
yeah.
gonna do it. We gonna put it together.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. I mean, so that's a good topic right there. You know what I mean? So he can dispel the myths of some people but like I said, people get married, they want to get married, it's up to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not forcing nobody to get married, because when you get married, get divorced. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's not like it lasts forever. It's supposed to last forever. Death do us part, but it don't.
Nope.
You guys want to do live streaming like this? Hit that right there. $10 off stream, y'all.
I mean, honestly, and I'm coming from the red pill side of things. Why would you want to get married, especially to a woman in America? You're gonna lose in the end as a man.
Mm-hmm. Okay, hold on. Let me see. You absolutely can find a wife in DR, just not in the most tourist areas. Hell, yeah. I mean, if some people marry them in the tourist. I mean, as long as you're happy, you know what I'm saying? Some guys just want to live with a female and not marry them, even in the States. They don't want the commitment of getting married, getting that paperwork and all that, extra stuff.
A friend of mine went through a nasty divorce, and right now he moved to Belize, right? And
Right.
he can't come back to America because she hit him hard with child support. So he lost his job and everything. He couldn't pay the child support, so now there's a warrant out for his arrest. So his father lives in Belize. He moved out. He dipped to Belize to stay with his father. He's taking care of his father out there, and he can't come back.
Right. Yeah.
So again, as a man, why would you want to get married in America? But that, that's a whole different topic. I know Raze don't like to talk about that stuff.
Well, they'll tell you then why you're not marrying them abroad. But and shout out to Passport Show for showing us Qatar. Shout out to you, Show. Yeah, but but some guys already been through marriages in the States, so why would they go abroad and get married? You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, marriage is supposed to be till death do us part. If you already got divorced in the States, then what's the point of marrying even an abroad chick? You know what I'm saying? Unless some people just like getting married. And they get married 3 or 4 times. I'm like, what's the point of that? But
So you got to go into it like you have to understand that marriage is a business arrangement. You don't go into it for love. And women understand that from the gate. They're gonna talk that love shit, but from the gate, they know it's a business contract. As soon as men get that through their thick heads, that marriage is a business, then you'll be better off.
I be thinking James be making up these stories. He got a story for everything. Yeah, I guess you got a lot of life experiences, right, James? That's why you got so many stories. You got like many friends.
This is what these young boys don't understand. When you go through life and you get to be a certain age, you're gonna have a bunch of stories too. Monskin's money talking that shit because he's young and dumb and don't know shit. Even though he think he might know shit, he might be a little book smart, he a little nerd and whatever. He got some smarts to him, book smarts, but life experience.
And Mr. Mayhem, some guys get talked into marrying. Yeah, sometimes the female talk them into marrying, of course. Yeah, Mr. Mayhem, you're right about that. Sometimes the female push it. You're like, I don't really want to lose her. Let me marry her.
A lot of times your family will talk you into marriage. Especially if you get her pregnant once, you get her pregnant twice. Okay, well, you know what you got to do now. Especially if your family come from down south, they was in the church and all of that. They're gonna be like, listen, you know what you got to do.
Right. Yeah. I be thinking games is all right. So I read that one. All right. Let me see. Wait, who cares about Chris? Play stupid games and win stupid prizes, moving right along. Well, cultural differences. To be fair, this is my guy. What up, Coach? What up, my guy? Like I said, Chris was blessed. He would just pick the cab. He was paying for the cab, and I got, you know what I'm saying. So this not an incident where he was in a dangerous hood or whatever, and you know what I'm saying. He just paid for the cab, and they got him. They added an extra zero on that flight. You know what I'm saying. Yeah. Let me see. Ask B. Gates and Jeff Bezos about marriage. Yeah, right. Richest people in the world. They had to pay billions, right? Because
say that again.
He said, ask Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos about marriage. See how much Jeff Bezos had to pay out because of that marriage? If he would have just like lived it for, he wouldn't have had to pay out that much. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Colombia is common law. So you got common law marriage. If you live with a woman for 2 years, the government considers you married. So it's good to know. It's good that T-Mac is in this chat because it's good to know this stuff because a lot of people don't know this. So it's pretty much the same thing. So you getting locked in anyway. It is what it is. You got to make the best decision for you as an individual. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna screw you anyway, as T-Mac says. It's common law marriage. You live it for 2 years. She got you. So she's entitled to some money. Let's be honest. All it comes back to the money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, follow the money. Follow the money, games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I still think you should do Costa Rica though, games for your channel. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna like the woman, even if your boys don't go this and that, you go solo. I showed you how to take the bus over there. Hey, you take the $6 bus over there. You get it from San Jose. Now you can take a bus.
How long is that bus?
You can take a van for like $60. You could take a van, private van.
Yeah, how long is the bus? How long is the route?
Like the bus can be like 2.5 to 3 hours, depending on the
2.5 to 3 hours. And how long is the private van?
The private van gonna be about 2 hours because it's not gonna stop.
Yeah, I'll take the private van.
It's gonna be like running like $50 to $60. You negotiate it.
Yeah,
You know?
it's not a problem. That's not a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would definitely do because you got to do coke. You got, I mean, you would be wise to make that trip. Trust me, you'll like it. Says Sunday night smoke exactly. Yeah, and like I said, they get down up in there. They be partying. They get drunk. They party out there. They like I said, they play. I heard Biggie Smalls. They play the hip hop. I struck out in the U.S. on 2 marriages. Says T Mac. Belize is always getting guys jammed up on child support. So Belize. All right. So this is some information for guys that are trying to date outside the USA. You know what I'm saying? You know. I think that just do what makes you happy. I mean, I'm not trying to tell you guys what to do. You know what I'm saying?
That's why the whole passport bro ideology, that shit sounded crazy to me. Because when I first heard it, they talking about dudes looking for wives. I'm like, when the fuck was black men looking for wives? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we get married, but we get married because of certain situations. We got kids, blah blah with the woman. So you know what I'm saying? Not too many black men is looking just to walk down the aisle just on GP.
Yeah, not even in the States.
No.
Not ain't really doing that in the States. So and why would they do it abroad? Now I think a couple of commentators came out and was saying it in the early on just to clean it up a bit. So it was not like guys from Pastor Bros just going out there to sleep with random women. So I guess they wanted to clean it up a bit. But that was just a couple of commentators. That don't if guys ain't looking for wives in the States, they ain't gonna be trying to look for it out abroad either. You know what I mean? Some guys have been married in the States and still want to get married again, so they want to try a new marriage in the outside the States. But I mean,
Listen,
everybody these stay on.
men aren't meant to be monogamous.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a losing proposition either way, especially in America.
Because of the whole financial aspect of it, of when it goes bad, when it goes left. You know what I'm saying? Now some
Right.
people stay married forever, and that is congratulations to them. When it works, great. But and it feels
Well,
good.
yeah,
It feels good when you first do it.
it's cheaper to keep her if you can do it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but you might not even be happy. Shout out to Ozzy. I just dropped your link to Big Game. Subscribe to Big Game's channel. He's going to be talking about finding a wife out in DR tomorrow on this channel. You know, marrying a woman with no money is a lose-lose, says Elgin. Hey, that's another thing. Women don't have money abroad in certain areas. You marry her, now you pay for everything. So certain just depends on the situation. Just depends on the situation.
Right.
But I mean, to each their own, man. I'm not trying to live other people's lives. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you want to get married, go ahead and get married. I ain't. Stephen and Dani in Thailand. I'm about to join. So Stephen and Dani in Thailand. Well, shout out to you and your channel. How you doing? Stephen and Dani, and you know this guy channel right here? Big
No.
Game? Let me drop the link one more time. Anybody want to come up? Real quick.
Yeah, Raze, I'm about to drop down.
Yeah, I just dropped your channel link, by the way.
Thanks.
Subscribe to Big Game channel. Let me put it up here. Where's that? Right there. Subscribe to Big Game channel right there. Sub up the Gangster Lifestyle. You're gonna be talking about marriage abroad tomorrow on this channel. Shout out to you. All right, Big Game.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in touch. I'm gonna get in touch with him. He works night, so he's probably sleeping right now. But I'll get in touch with him later tonight. See if we can get it going.
Okay, and I'm gonna have to get him another C4. This is wearing off. I gotta go work out after this. But I dropped the link one more time. Anybody else want to come up here? I only expected to be up here for like an hour, so I went live early. But
Yeah. So go ahead, do your thing. I'm gonna drop down.
All right, no doubt. Yeah. Thank you for that $2 gym also out there inside Punta Cana. So next time I go to Punta Cana, I'm gonna definitely be working out every day. I'm gonna work out. I'm not gonna take a whole month off from working out. Looking all skinny. You're like, Razor Ray, what the hell? I think Razor Ray started smoking. Razor, you smoking? No, I just didn't work out in like a month. No supplements, nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's Big Game channel. Subscribe to Big Game. Subscribe to Backpack Val. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Be careful with those C4 energy drinks. Yeah, you're right. I gotta drink one more though, because this is wearing off. I promise you. I'm gonna drink half. I'm gonna drink half the can before my workout. You know, as I stayed on too long. I was gonna stay up here while I drink this, and then I was gonna go work out. This live wasn't gonna be long. It's just gonna be a quick live to update what happened with Christmas list out there. But you know, I opened up the panel and now we got a guest in the backs. What up? What up, Steve and Johnny?
What up? What up? What up? What up?
Shout out to you, man. What's going on with you?
Like, I just want to say, like, I don't. Oh, hold on. I got you in the background. It's like coming up last minute. But yeah, I don't agree. You can find a wife overseas. You can.
You can. Okay. So Steve and
You
Donnie, that's
definitely can.
right.
Yeah. My
Steve,
wife is. So a little
yes.
background for everybody. I was in Austin Holloman's video. We were
Okay.
in Bangkok. It's basically the most viewed video in Bangkok. It's basically luxury living in Thailand. And you definitely can find a wife. I found my wife in Germany. She's Thai and she's German. Met my wife in Germany, and I could say like best decision I ever made. Literally best decision I ever made. Don't let these people fool you guys, tell you that, oh well, you can't find a wife such a nah, like you really can. Like my wife is beautiful, she's smart, she had her own business, she went to the culinary Olympics, everything.
Okay.
Right now, I see you, my guy. I see you. Hey, she cooking for me right now.
She's cooking.
Yeah,
She's
she cooking for
cooking.
me right now.
Oh yeah. All right. So how long y'all been married?
We've been married since 2021.
Okay. 2021 successful marriage from
2021.
Germany. You met her in Germany?
Yeah. And we met in Germany at her restaurant.
And that's your channel right there. So that's your channel, Steven and
Well, we don't
Donnie.
post. We don't post. I mean, we it's gonna change. So we moving. We're gonna move to Japan. So yeah.
Okay, so you're happily married. So you
Yeah,
met her
for
in
sure.
Germany?
Yeah, for sure.
What
Yeah,
in
in Germany
in a
at her
club or whatever
restaurant, and then
restaurant?
after we
Hmm.
after we started dating, she went to the culinary Olympics, won the culinary Olympics, and after that got married and then after that it was just copacetic from there. Like that's my best friend. That's the person I build with. That's the person that like if I got problems or we need to think something out or we need to try to get to the next level on something, I always discuss everything with her.
Okay. So this is a successful story, right? You might want to hop on Big Games Live tomorrow too. Then the guy that just left off, you know what I'm saying? You might want to hop on his
Yeah,
live
yeah,
again.
yeah. I seen him. Because right now, as we're speaking, I'm in Thailand, and
Thailand. Hmm.
yeah, we at her mom's house. So her mom is actually a successful chef in Germany right now. I took my wife out of the chef industry because I was like, hey, we need to chill on it and we need to make kids.
Oh wow! So that's
Yeah,
interesting. How do y'all guys feel about that in the chat? He took her out of the culinary industry, and you making her a housewife now. Then
yeah, for sure, for
how do y'all
sure.
guys feel
Like,
about that in the chat? You know, some females were like, well, I don't know. Well, it just depends. I guess depends.
yeah, hey, Marcus, you want to see her? Go to my page. Go to my page. I done had this problem before where people is like, "Oh, your wife's a lady boy, this and that," and it's like, no, it's not true. It's not true. Everybody will
Oh, wait.
always try to troll you and try to clown you. It's not true.
Well, like I said, I haven't seen her, which I'm not going to pass judgment. I mean,
You
you know what I'm
have
saying?
seen her. You have seen her.
I've seen her.
Yes.
I
I just don't join the line a lot. I joined the line one time, I think last year, and me and what's his name? I forgot his name. Some guy who always talks crazy to everybody was on here.
Oh, so you seen? You showed her or doing one of those panels when I had the panel for? Okay, I got you. All right.
Yeah. It got
Okay,
heated. You
okay.
cut the panel, you cut it, and then yeah, we came back in and everything. It got heated.
Oh, I had
because
to do the
because
countdown
he
thing.
tried to say that I was living off my wife, and it's like it's nothing like that.
Oh, okay, one of those. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, so but
Yeah,
you still married to her, so you showed him, and
yeah,
now
for
you
sure.
said, look, she don't got to do the culinary stuff no more. You're gonna support her.
Yeah, for sure. Like we've been married for 6 years. I ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. We good. We locked in. Always locked in.
Oh, okay. Well, Big Gains told me the $2 gym. There's a $2 gym near the KFC over there, like down the road. Where's Milano? It's a $2 gym. The other guy was talking about was the $20 gym, but you know what I'm saying? It's a $2 gym. Uh, Negrito was in the building. What up, Culture with Differences? Negrito, salute.
He muted.
You're on mute. Culture with Differences. Was this the guy you were talking about? You got into it with back in the day?
No. It ain't him. I ain't gonna put that on him. No.
All right. Shout
Yo,
out to
yo, what's
Travel
happening?
Pod.
What's happening?
What up?
What's
What up?
happening, my boy?
Coming
Shout
home.
out to you all, man. Shout out to the chat. But come on. It's great, man. It's lovely. You know, everything on ice. But I just gotta keep it G though. Nobody ain't trying to get married, man. At least not right now overseas like that. In the DR area. Schmack, man. Hey, say it with me. Schmack, schmack, schmack.
And what up, Travel Squad?
Have your fun. Get it in. Go ahead.
He got a successful marriage though. Cultural differences. You can't tell him to cheat on his wife or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? He's married.
Oh no, salute to the brother, salute to the brother. A1, salute to him, you know. You know, if you find one, and I hope it's stable. That's all. You know, no nothing personal to him, but I'm just saying overall in general. I am making a generalization. When you go to New York, Columbia, have your
Oh, I got static in the background. You hear?
Yeah, you got a lot of static in the background.
Yeah, you had some static in the background. Cultural
Yeah, he
differences.
muted
So,
himself. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. But yeah, let me ask you. Let me answer the questions behind that. Right. So, if you want to date a Thai person, date a Thai person. It's two different type of Thai people though. It's the ones that literally use you for your wallet and treat you like an ATM, and then those the ones that literally conform to your culture. You conform to their culture. It's copacetic on both ends. You give and you get. You give and you get.
right.
Just like in any type of marriage. Me and my wife been together for six
nah, that's
years.
cap.
I'm sorry that you've been in America and dealing with the crazy women, bro. I ain't been back there in 10 years.
Are you referring to me, my brother?
Yeah.
Are you referring to me, my brother? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play his game, brothers. The only reason why I said that is because, like, come on, man, let's just keep it a bean. Maybe you are one of the fortunate, lucky ones for the time that is being, but the women want to have fun out there, and unless you can show us as a collective that a lot of Thai women that you speak highly of can conform and is conforming to our culture, not just the toxic part, but the loving part, the soul food part. Please bring them on stage.
Got you. I can't bring them on stage right now. It is currently 12:50 a.m.
No
My
problem,
wife
my
has
brother. We can postpone that, but we will take you up for that offering in the future.
yeah, I can
Brought
do
to
it.
you
I
by
can do
Razor
it. Look,
Raze.
yeah. My wife, listen. My wife, I don't have no black women that retwist my hair. My wife retwists my hair. She learned from YouTube. My wife does. She cook fried chicken, potato salad, collard green, cornbread, shrimp po' boys, anything you want that's from the South where I'm from, she can do it. She
So let
learned
me
just from me.
ask you. So let me ask you a genuine question, my brother. So I'm pretty sure you guys have a house together, right? So let's just say I don't know the situation with her family and her family living together with you both, but if her family decided to bring cousins, uncles, and other grandparents, are you willing to do that? And vice versa, is she willing to do that for your family if you bring them to Thai or bring them to Thailand and they fall on a harsh situation? Go ahead, you got it.
I give you one better. My twin brother fall on hard situation. Not my money. She said, "Hey, that's your brother. That's my brother. I'm gonna help him. 3 bands, 4 bands, 6 bands. Off rip, off rip. No question asked. But when it comes to if the family's intertwined and so, my family, you know how it is in the South. In the South, people don't have passports and so. But I had brothers and so that come out and see her. I had family that come out and see her. And if they come around me, they don't ask me for money or nothing. They know what it is. My wife control all that on her side. I control whatever's on my side. But if we need to help each other, we gonna help each other. That's what it is.
Got you, my brother. Hey, and I salute you on that. But I'm just playing devil's advocate and I'm just trying to see how far I can push the line. So, and you don't have to answer any questions that I throw out there, but
Hey,
how
go ahead.
long? I'm just curious, my brother. But how long have you guys been together? Not saying married, but together in general, overall, accumulated time.
Accumulated time, 7 years.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Mhm.
Can you speak the basics of the native language there?
No, can't.
Why not?
I'm gonna tell you why. You might want to mute because it's gonna keep echoing.
Oh, my fault.
So the bulk of her family is in German. So she speaks German. I can speak German. The family over here in Thailand, they speak Thai. I can't speak Thai. And that's the difference. But most of all, I talk to the parents, I talk to the aunties, I talk to the cousins that's in Germany, and we all speak German, we mingle and everything. Like that's cool. But over here, I don't speak a lick of Thai. Well, I can speak a little bit, but not a lot. So yeah, that's how it goes.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure, or I mean, you can answer this question better than I can, but um, in general, Thai culture is very tight knit, right? Meaning that they're very traditional, meaning that they're very tight knit together, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So wouldn't you think is more important and it goes beyond just to communicate with the rest of the people of her people, excluding the family?
So let me say this. There's two different sides of the family. There's the German part and there's the Thailand part, right? The German part, where the other cousins are, don't want to ever come back to Thailand ever in life. The Thai part, I would just say like they are where I'm from. My family, I love them to death. They're ignorant as hell. Over here, same thing. Same thing. So the way that they treat them is, hey, I'm gonna tell you what you need to know, not everything that you want to know. And they go from there. It is never something where they prop themselves up to the point where, hey, oh, you got to help this person out. You got to give money to this person. Oh, this uncle need money. No, 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 no. My wife will nip it in the bud right away. Never happened. Never, never, never happened. Even her mom will have my back over her own family against me.
And show was back.
So let me bring this up also. You being there for 7 years, or I don't know how long you've been out there, but um, wouldn't you find it beneficial to speak the local language among the people in order to benefit yourself there?
So yes, that would be great for me to speak the local language of the people. So we are here on and off. Most of the time we're in Germany, and yeah, ich kann Deutsch sprechen, aber I just said I can speak German, but we live in Germany, so I speak the bulk of my language in Germany. We just moved out here, and we found out Thailand ain't for us. It ain't for us. My wife Thai, it ain't for her. So now we moving to Japan. I can speak Japanese also.
That's what's up. I salute you on that, my brother. The only reason why I brought that up is because um us as a collective, moving as a collective, of course, speaking one's language, we can definitely effectively communicate with them in order to benefit ourselves. That's all. But when you don't know how to communicate with the people that are either trying to sell you something or even get instructions to go somewhere, you're pushing yourself back to a disadvantage. So that's why I salute you on knowing a little bit of German, because you said you have spent some time out there, so you can at least, when she's not around you and you still need some help from the people there, you can still effectively communicate with them, right?
No, I'm fluent in German. I'm fluent. Like I can speak German completely.
Okay, cool. So that's what I'm saying.
So is it in your state?
Uh,
Yeah, what's the matter? You
nah,
read the chat? People in the chat?
yeah, I'm reading chat, but I mean, listen, you can find who you want to find, you can love who you want to love, but at the end of the day, you can't be sitting out here and getting tricked, bro. Like if you're tricking for somebody, that's different. I'm not tricking for my wife. My wife out here is, I tell you now, she still she gets still today to this day subsidiary income from her old business.
Hey,
So at the
yo,
end
let
of
me
the
say
day,
something really quick, my brother. Listen to
mhm,
this though. Buck Travel, you claim that you've been around Latin American. You can't give us three sentences in Spanish. So, boy, sit down. Go ahead, my brother. Continue.
I'm just saying, like people give women from different countries such a bad rap, but it's just like you chose the woman. Not only did you choose the woman, you sat there and ignored the red flags of, oh, that she might want this and she might want that. At the end of the day, you make the decision on what you pick. I picked my wife because she was the best thing that I seen walking, like the best woman I ever met in my life. Somebody who was accomplished, somebody who owned her own business, somebody who had her own money. If you out here messing with some girl that you gotta pay every day so she can get something to eat, pay for her clothes, pay for whatever the hell she got going on, then you can smash, you tricking. That ain't wifey material. It ain't nothing like that ever.
Yeah, this ain't 50, 60 years ago when that used to be the norm, where you taking care of your whole family, want the man working, the woman stay at home and take care of everything. These days are a little bit different, and especially in the Western world. I want to say this though, man. I don't know if y'all can hear me.
Yeah, we hear you. Shout
Uh,
out to Travel Squad and who else? The Charlie B. But go ahead, show.
Okay, yeah, I got cut off earlier. I was gonna say the young man. I want to say I support the young man about with the marriage thing. If you get lucky enough that you find a good woman that's worthy of marrying, I say is to take the chance, because it's better to be married and then divorced than to never be married at all. And I'm speaking that from experience. I do think that it does take away a lot from you if you're a player and you like to be in the streets like that, you know what I mean? And you like to move around and do your thing. It can be draining sometimes, but it also do make you a complete man. And marriage does give you some protection sometimes, you know what I mean? To keep you out of trouble if you find the right one. Or I ain't even gonna say the right one because you can have up to 4 wives if you can handle them and take care of them.
I live in Sean. Sorry, hold on. Let me mute myself. Hold on. The fuck I mute myself.
No, you could talk. You go. I was just saying that. I do. I was just saying that even if you a man that like to move around, you know what I'm saying. If you get lucky enough to find you a good woman, a good wife, man, you know what I mean. Lock it down if you can,
Mm.
because at the end of the day, if you old and sick and laying in the hospital bed, them mangoes ain't coming to help you. You know what I'm saying? But if you
Mm.
got a good wifey, a woman that you done poured into, you know what I mean? If you lucky, she gonna come and
It's
check
just that.
on you. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
God
I
forbid
understand.
something happened to you. God forbid something happened to one of us and we end up paralyzed or in the hospital. You want to know that you got somebody that got your back. You know what I'm saying? So it is benefits to it. That's all I'm saying. Um,
You
I mean,
you
I
can put
definitely
your
can understand it.
Django. Yeah, Django. Thank you for the $2. You can do it if you put your back into it. Says Django. The $2 donation. Thank you, Django.
Now, I'm gonna just say this. I'm not as young as I look. I'm 34. Uh, I was prior military. I've been to Germany, Okinawa. I've been to Nepal. I've been to Australia. I've been to Korea. I've been to Cambodia. I've been to Laos. I've been to Vietnam. Shit, Southeast Asia, Indonesia, Malaysia. I've been there. I've been everywhere. Everywhere. I'm happy at home with my wife. That definitely.
Hey, nobody can knock you. No, if you happy, I say if you're happy, you do what you do you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to follow anybody else. As long as you happy, you know what I mean. You tell the world you're happy, and you got the right to talk about how happy you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Promote
for
that
sure.
happiness, my
Yeah,
brother.
promote happiness. Yeah,
I salute that, man. 100%, man.
he got the right show, right. You know, he got the right. And,
Hey, I will tell you this though, man. I don't know if you've been hit by the dollar weakening though, but yeah, just always check that currency rate, man, because yeah, it's being devalued right now, man.
yeah,
So I
Donald
wouldn't I
Donald
wouldn't I
Trump done
wouldn't
messed
advise I wouldn't
everything up.
advise you to exchange your money right now.
Well,
Oh,
Donald Trump done put us in a hole right now. You know what I'm saying?
listen,
With all
listen,
these
Right,
listen,
with
those
all
listen,
these
tariffs,
tariffs,
man.
with all these
Right.
listen.
tariffs, the whole
My money goes straight to euro. As soon as I get it, it goes straight into euro. So I leave it in the
yeah,
euros. When the euros go back up on the other countries, I'm good.
yeah.
salute GD Knight.
Or when get you some gold, get you some land. You know what I mean? It don't
Mhm.
when you get you some gold and some land, it don't matter what that dollar do. You know what I mean? Even might be want to get a little bit of Bitcoin too. But yeah, that dollar, I don't have so much confidence in it right now either, because the whole world is kind of like they're fighting back. They're taking their revenge for what Donald Trump is doing, and everybody's starting to view America now like a bully. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so yeah, and I'm feeling it even just on little things out here. I'm feeling it. You could see how once they find out that you're American, that they start trying to find ways that they can take advantage of you. Because you know me, the way I look, people automatically assume that I'm African at first. But then if I pull out a card and they start seeing, they hear the accent, and then all of a sudden stuff get more expensive or the service ain't as good no more. So yeah, we in some shit right now.
I definitely feel that. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I'm out here, people will literally tell me, "Oh, where are you from?" I say American. Then they say, "Oh, where are you actually from?" I say from America, and they tell me, "Oh, no, where's your family from?" America. And then I tell
They
them,
mean Africa. That's
"Yeah,
what
yeah,
they
I
trying to
know.
say.
You
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
tell
yeah,
them.
yeah."
You gotta
But then,
then you gotta
I
teach
have
them
to
about
explain to them. I
slavery.
had to get them.
You
I got to give them
you
the
got
big go around. Like,
yep,
nah, that it's been there's a cutoff.
yeah. You got to teach them about slavery. Then you got to teach them about the indigenous people, how we mix with them, and it's a whole little history lesson. You right on that we gotta give them. when it comes, because you know when they envision America, the face of America is blonde hair, blue eyes. So
Hmm.
they don't think that we come from that. You know what I'm saying? That's their idea of American.
Well, just let them be ignorant, man, because we sit up here and try to justify and retell our story all the time where it's not necessary. What value are we gaining from that? Nothing at all. So allow them to be ignorant. If they're going to ask you where you're from and you give them the answer, they're not looking for your personal answer. They want to be right of what they already think you're where you're from.
Yeah, and then and if you want the cheaper rate too, though, you just tell them you African, or you tell them you know you from the Caribbean or something like that, and they'll show you more love, really. You know, hey, this is how you flex. You know how I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. You know how in the States, when people, if somebody want to flex, they might wear their jewelry, they might wear Rolex, they might, you know, Lambo or something like that. But out here, this is how they flex. If you got a Falcon, you that dude. Like if you tell somebody, hey, I got a Falcon. Falcon?
A bird.
Oh, which country? Yep, a
A
bird.
bird.
Which
You're not
country?
even talking about a car. Yeah, I thought you were gonna
Country.
have a luxury car or something. A Falcon luxury car. You talk about a bird, a real Falcon bird.
A real bird,
Uh,
a real bird. Look. This is how they flex right here. If you got you a Falcon, that mean
what
you that
the
you
heck?
that. Look, you
I got
see
a
he got
pigeon.
look.
I got a
They got a
pigeon.
Falcon.
Well,
Look, they put the cover on his head. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all something else too. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all something.
okay.
No, this ain't.
Right.
See, some of these birds, like these birds right here, some of them going for 30, 40, $50,000 for one. So if you come
They can
across a
keep them.
falcon in the States, huh?
Bro, hold on, hold on, hold on.
They
Here
can
goes.
keep them.
Here's my wife.
I'd rather buy a car.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Here's my
But
here's my wife. Here's my wife. Here's my wife.
all right, hold on. Let's see. Oh, all
Hold
right.
on.
I'm gonna
you
get to the
see
super
that
chat.
he's
Hi,
stunting.
wife.
Nice.
Hi, Donnie.
She
That's
said,
It's
Donnie.
okay.
"Hey,
I did it.
yeah, yeah. I got my headphones on. She can't hear y'all."
Happily married. Donnie to Steve. There you go, guys. He
Yeah.
just told his wife. She's pretty. She's pretty.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, she is pretty. And let me get the super chat real quick. You can do it. All right, put your back into it. Shannon Sharpe should have found him a wife overseas, like Steve did. Like Steve. Shannon Sharpe should have went the route of Steve. Thank you for that, GD Knight. You know, just seen the receipts. He just showed receipts, guys. People in the chat. Hey, he just showed the receipt. You can't say he didn't show it. Thank you, GD Knight, for that $3. And double R when you're going back to Pound Town. Ask Django. Well, yeah, you know, yeah. I'll let you know, Django. Thank you for that that $2. You know that. But you know, yeah, but show, you know, the Falcon. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got pigeons out here inside Brooklyn. uh, but yeah, I mean. Yeah,
I,
but thank you for
I,
showing that receipt though for people in the chat that's, you know, wanting to see, you know, America been a bully, says Milano. Pastor Bro should be reaching out to Shannon to help him out. He's gonna be 50 million in the hole, man. He better
yeah.
reach out to homeboy. Oh, that's abroad. You know homeboy from Def Jam Records. Is that
Who
he
Russell?
out Russell Simmons. He better reach. That's who he need
Yeah,
to reach out to. He need
No,
to
no,
reach out
no.
to
yeah,
that
The
bro.
female, the female
Yeah.
said that she loved BDSM. You got it in text message form.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey.
But you know, even when they got money, it don't mean you still ain't making lame moves. They got a lot of lames. They got a lot of money. You know what I mean? So people think that all of a sudden, because they got money, that just means that they got everything. But you still need some game. You still need somebody in your ear to tell you the certain moves to make. But you know, man, I hate that it had to be him, man. I hate that it had to be Shannon. Shannon was on a good run for a minute.
I know,
But
right? Yeah, great run. It's like,
but
man, just like you live long enough to see yourself become the villain, right? Like in
yeah,
the Batman movie. This, yeah, it's like you be on top, and then you stay in the public eye long enough. You do stuff. You be in the public. It always goes downhill, right? It seems, right? Shane. especially nowadays with everything on camera, everybody got opinions with social media and stuff like that. So, you know, it is what it is. Team MAGA. Austin said Trump got people acting weird. Salute something like smoke. When most people think of America, they think of white people. America been a bully. Sarge at damn it, man. I don't look African, so that wouldn't work. LOL. So everybody just, you know, ASAP Rocky took us to the zoo. All right. You winning. They say you winning with your wife. They say you look cute. He looks cute. Club Shay Shay. Yeah. Rolando G, that's the problem. You went to a tourist spot. Next time, go to Fortaleza, bro. Rolando G had the issues out there in Brazil. Well, yeah, guys. So I'm gonna shut this down, guys. I've been on long enough. I gotta go to the gym. I gotta get me another C4, guys. So thank you, Show, for pulling up and showing a Qatar. I appreciate
Hey,
it.
give me 30 seconds real quick. I'm gonna show you somewhere right here real quick. One more
Well, so you stay
time.
right there. You stay right there. I'm gonna end off of you.
right.
Negrito, shout out to you, Negrito. Coach Me Different. Thanks for pulling up, man, and going toe to toe with Steve and you know what I'm saying?
No, that's my brother, man. Shout out to Germany. For sure.
Yeah, you on mute, Steve.
All right, thank y'all, bro. Thank y'all for real.
Yeah, shout out to you. We're gonna be seeing more for you guys. You know, shout out to you. Now let me put Show on the big screen. Then I'm gonna close this out. What
All
you
right.
got?
Yeah, this all I was saying, man. You know, out here, you come out here, it's a little bit of a different flex. When they, you know, you want to be around the ballers out here, the people that really got it. They got the pet camels out here. If you know what I'm saying, for anybody ain't never seen a camel live in the flesh, man, you know, I hope some of the brothers, the passport bros, man, start getting some more stamps on them passports and just keep going further and further, man. That's kind of all I wanted to throw on here, man, and show the fellas, you know.
Look at that, guys.
Yeah.
A real life camel out there in Qatar.
Yeah.
Passport show is showing you how to move. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So get them passports,
Yeah.
expand your travels, see
Yeah.
the world, see nature, be one with nature.
Yeah. Ain't got to worry about no gunshots. You ain't worried about being drugged. You ain't worried about, you know what I'm saying, nobody slipping you a Mickey and robbing you in places like this, man. So, you know, it's the whole earth is our turf, as I like to say.
The whole earth is our turf, says Show. Good Show, Razor Brother showing receipts. You can be married overseas. Yes, yes. Yeah, and GD Knight, thank you for that. You know, Rolando G. All right, so looks like you, Razor. No, not doesn't look like me. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like, you know, maybe the older me when I'm 90 years old, maybe. But you know,
Yeah, man.
you funny, bro. Yo, that's funny. This is funny. This is.
These niggas acting up around here.
Man, that's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I appreciate what you do, man. You, Primo, all the guys, man, that putting up content, man. Always a pleasure to be, you know, on the platform, man. And you know, I'm gonna sign out, man, and keep doing your thing, Razor Raze.
Salute, Show. Thank you for showing us Qatar. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all keep it up.
And he showed us Qatar. Thank you, everybody, for your donations and coming through. It was a much longer stream than I thought. But shout out to everybody popped on. Subscribe to everybody's channels. I dropped in the chat. Let me see Passport Shogun channel. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick for him. But he's always welcome up here. You know. Let me see. Everybody for just, you know, being in the chat, hanging out a little bit. I'll probably come back live later on. Still trying to figure out what we're doing for my birthday in May. Where we going? You know what I'm saying? You know, these donations will be going to that and beer, of course. Yeah, I get Passport Show back up here. I drop his link in another time and I can find it. You know. That's the Wilder says, if you see camel, don't steal nothing. You'll be one hand shorter. Yeah, they cut your hand off for stealing. Those places where you see those camels like that, do not steal. They will cut one of your hands off for stealing in them places where you see those camels walking around like that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me see if I can go to your channel. You just dropped the comment. So let me see if I go to your channel right quick. So thank you for showing us, you know, they give us showing us that the camels out there in Qatar. But right there, go to this guy's channel right here. I think it's not even loading. Wi-Fi not even loading. So I got to drop your link the next time though. But if you could click on his thing, go ahead into his channel, Passport Show. That's the guy that was up there showing y'all guys the camels. Telling you guys to get your passports, or even if you got your passports, go outside the big four for the bros. Try other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Razor. So people from Brooklyn are not welcome there. JK, shout out to Brooklyn. Like I said, this guy, follow this guy, Passport Shogun. Yeah, guys. So let me go get another C4 real quick. And let me go ahead and go get this workout in. And I'll be back live later on. Salute.